After some immense scheduling conflicts, welcome back to Virtual Mimics and Gimmicks, where a bunch of idiots pretend to know what they're doing and in the process torment me with their vicious mockery. I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master and player punching bag, Anastasia. Playing Troy, our half-wood elf ranger with a taste for bear blood, is Sean. As Magnus, our dark and brooding tiefling rogue, is Clint. We've got Ryan playing Biren, our furball cleric who prefers liquid courage, and Tatiana playing as Poopers, our wily tabaxi barbarian. Finally, we have Amanda playing Erebir, our sexy high elf sorcerer with hair and heart gold. We're gonna jump straight into the recap today because we've got lots to do and lots to catch up on. So let's get going. Last time on Dungeons & Dragons Ball Z, following a daring delve into the Eos Imperium, our heroes are now returning to the main quest at hand, hunting down the older-than-time tools of creation known as the artifacts, which must be collected in order to stop the apocalyptic ruin. This hunt for the artifacts faces mounting pressure following the appearance of an enormous tear in the sky, in addition to the emergence of a horrendous creature of light from this tear. Since its appearance, the existing artifacts have enjoyed ever-increasing power as well as ever-increasing stealth. Meanwhile, the Warden organization has been forced to turn their effort toward damage control, leaving the Sultry Six as the only remaining reclaimers. Now, our heroes are venturing toward the countryside of the magical land of Sethos in pursuit of another artifact. Little is known about this item other than its inherent ties to sleep and dreams, and its wielder, the archdemon Aklis, who has a vendetta against Troy's bloodline, more specifically his father and the actions he took against the demon. Now, our heroes are wandering into a land filled with unknown dangers, and have everything to lose. They're marching toward their most dire threat yet, and this time, it's personal.
Wow. That was ominous.
Yeah, alright.
I'm excited.
I was waiting to hear the dun 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 at the end, but it never came.
There we go. Okay. Oops, wrong song actually. Let me put on this song. So you guys are currently... There we go. You guys are currently over somewhere in the Sanctuary Woods. You had previously had an encounter with the Deva. We won't go into that because it's too complex right now. But I will give you a quick moment to ask any clarifying questions because it has been a month since we played. You're currently somewhere in the woods and heading somewhere along a road that leads from the capital city of Dis in Sethos northward, and you know that the artifact is lying somewhere along that road.
How far out are we currently from Dis? Because we're walking away from Dis, right?
So you're currently in the woods and you're heading in a sort of northwestern trajectory, which will take you about right here.
Okay.
And you'll be moving northward from there.
Okay. Who is our current NPC with us? It's Tempest, right?
Tempest with you, correct.
Trying to think of anything else. I think I'm good.
Anyone else have any other questions? Were you just ready to hop in?
Can you refresh our memory, like, as far as what we know about the artifact or the monster or the terror that's coming towards this?
I will give you a very high-level recap. The details should be in player notes, hopefully, but the high level of it is this archdemon is currently in possession of a silver circlet, which is this artifact, and has as its domain dreams and sleep. This archdemon had a unfortunate run-in with Troy's father, who had spent a few decades keeping it basically trapped. But it had found its way to freedom after a long tragic story, and is now currently rampaging down toward Dis. Given that the artifacts are becoming more powerful now that the tear in the sky has appeared and creatures are emerging from that, this artifact's power has been increasing, and should it reach the city of Dis, this huge city, there would be untold damage.
We saw the dragon that we saw, or thing that we saw come out of the sky. Which way did it fly?
So you had seen it fly toward Korea. When it had emerged, you guys had been around here, so you saw it fly northeast.
So we're not dealing with that right now.
No, the wardens had contacted you shortly after this creature had appeared, and had told you it is very similar, if not the same as, or it's not the same. It's very similar, but much more powerful than the rot dragon that you had faced in the city of Keld.
Same, but scarier.
Yes, it is
Great.
much worse.
Rot dragon.
Is
Okay.
yeah, panic and run mode.
Yeah, so
Dragon more like the rut road dragon.
so they had contacted you and been like, so we can't really keep sparing. Like, you guys have the best track record right now. Like, keep at it. We'll have scouts out, but we need all of our like armed forces.
God, isn't that scary that we currently hold the best track record out of
know.
all the wardens right now? Hasn't been the best, but
I
we
mean,
manage.
Look at it.
Some
We
of your
manage.
some of your damages are unreported.
I
We've
mean, we
only
did.
technically
That's true.
destroyed one civilization.
No,
Which-
no. We're up to 2 now. Okay. Well,
Which was
1
the
and a half.
second one?
We've crippled
Wait a
the
minute.
Imperium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but screw those
No,
guys.
but see,
Yeah,
they
yeah, but I
asked
don't
for
feel
it.
bad
They
about
were
that
not
at all.
innocent. We've only hurt one innocent civilization.
Yeah, that was entirely. We only wrecked one civilization on accident. Let's just say that then. The other one was entirely on purpose, and they
I'm-
kind of deserved it.
And I mean, the bird zone is still up and running. We didn't totally wreck that place.
Well, no
Yeah,
one
we
has
did-
checked
No,
it.
they wrecked us. That place. That place
Exactly.
left us on the ground.
We did leave them with a horrible ambassador, though, so who knows what has happened.
Again, not our fault.
And
Not our fault.
but we have him feared into submission, hopefully.
I mean, when you were there, yeah.
May have to go make another visit.
You guys have to
Hmm.
abandon your current path and go straight back. The utmost importance. Okay. Anyways,
Thanks for the sub, Jesus man.
Thank you. Alright, so. You guys are, there's gonna be a bit of a kind of like fast travel here. You can stop and do what you need to. Just kind of say, shut up, and let me do what I want. Because I'm just gonna fast forward until you guys stop me. So, like I said, you guys are in the Sanctuary Woods, heading a bit northwest, and you'll sort of intersect with this really big travel road, and start moving north towards that. You would know that it wouldn't be ideal to move through the like surroundings of the path, because the sort of trail of destruction left by this artifact has been on towns on the road. So should you venture into the nature surrounding this road, you're probably gonna miss it. So I think it would be in your character's best interest to stay on the road. Not that you have to, but that is just a sort of logically speaking thing.
I'm good with road.
In this forest.
Yes. Okay. So a few days pass as you continue to travel, and you make it to about that spot on the road. Yeah. So you start traveling north. I mean, right now everything looks pretty normal. It is the dead of winter, so it's chilly out for sure. But this far south, it doesn't snow very often. And to remind you, Sethos is sort of the magical countryside. It is much more magical than anything else. In the continent, especially the Imperium. So,
Hold on.
yeah.
See, I want to check something. We did a one-shot. Well, some of us did a one-shot. Is this where the Salamancer was originally introduced in Sethos?
Salamancer, yeah, was down in this forest to the west of Dis. So, yes.
And
Ooh,
now
I
he
still
lives in
have-
a
Salamancer's
backpack.
canon, yeah.
I would like to check him. Is he still alive and doing well? He's good.
Go ahead, Tatiana, he's fine.
Hey guys, what's going on? You gonna let me out anytime soon?
Not today. Right now.
Okay, that's alright. I'll see you later. And he just kind of like phases out. He's still in there. You just can't see him.
Every time you shake it, there's like a thud, 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 thud across the side.
I just like continuously check on him to make sure he's like doing okay, stay high, see what he's up to.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's just kind of like, he's a salamander kind of floating around in rainbow magical water, so
So he's
Just-
totally happy.
full of glitter.
Along for the ride.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
We can give him
As-
Bo for company. Valberry.
Yeah. Okay. The first town that you run into walking north along this road is called Wakefield. As you enter the town, everything seems pretty okay. People generally are pretty spooked about the big hole in the sky as well as the giant monster that came out of it, but it went that way, so they're like, we're okay for now. But you do get some reports that there's been a sort of like increased frequency of sort of violent encounters, not just from the monsters of the countryside and the beasts that would attack hunters and gathering parties, or sort of outskirt farmers and all of that, but also people themselves are just becoming sort of like really angry and prickly, and will sort of get into conflict with one another way more often than they normally would have.
Are
so
they dehydrated?
that is the first question you ask, and someone throws a water bottle at you.
Guys, I know it's kind of hard for us, but maybe we should keep a low profile.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'd like to change it to a human.
Okay.
Change it to Shrek human form.
I'll see that, and I'll use my circlet of human perfection also. And
Okay.
turn into an incredibly good looking human.
So you guys felt, God, now you're getting more attention because everyone's like, do you see those two handsome men over there?
Guys, tone it down. You're way too attractive.
And I'll do nothing because I'm already, that level. So
Stunning.
Yeah, it's basically 4 beautiful people. Well, 3 beautiful people, a half elf, and a cat. So
Well, isn't Tempest like a 10 out of 10 too, Air Genasi?
yes,
Yeah. I just pull my head over and dismiss my sword.
I think he has disguised self.
I will not be outdone by you people, and I use my ring of disguise to turn into a human with dark, like black cascading hair and piercing blue eyes.
Oh, he doesn't have disguised self prepared, so that sucks. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a very beautiful party passing through. Lifts some people's spirits, which is very necessary. Anyways, as you're passing through this village, seems pretty normal. Like I said, people scared, weird things happening, but nothing that's like, there's an artifact here. You continue farther north, and the second town you run into is called Crest Hill. Same sort of vibe. People are spooked. People are prickly. But here, you also notice that there seems to be a sort of plague going around. Nothing too intense, but lots of people seem to be coughing, kind of out of sorts, sneezing a lot. It seems like there is a sort of illness pervading the place.
Is it similar symptoms to what we saw in the town's name that you mentioned that just did not stick in my mind, where we had the rot dragon?
Keld. The ones in Keld were far more intense. That was like plague. This is more like, it looks like a cold is passing around right now.
Okay.
Not to say it won't get more intense, but right now it's very mild. I think that you're just sort of attuned to picking that up because of your experiences in the past. And a few people in this town have also complained of trouble sleeping. So,
Uh-oh.
Fun.
We are getting closer, guys.
All I know is I do not want to be pulled into some sleep world again. After the painted world, I just can't, you guys.
Well, and the zombie world that we had in that one town with Troy's best friend. Yeah.
I would like to follow up why they're having trouble sleeping, like nightmares or just unable to sleep.
it's been a mix. Some people can't sleep because they're sick. Some people are just having some insomnia. And others have complained of mild nightmares. But nothing intense, nothing like, everyone's dying or whatever. It's just like sort of people, it's like a thing that people are noticing, but it's not like a cause for concern to them.
Okay.
The next town that you hit is called Pearlshaw. All the same stuff as before. Sickness is still here, a little bit lighter than the other place. Town's a bit smaller, probably not spreading quite as well. But here, people are looking tired. They, like most people, kind of just look exhausted. There's definitely a greater sense of like something is up because we're all tired and we're all having trouble sleeping, but what that might be, people don't really know. And it's sort of just something that they have to deal with.
How are we doing with sleep?
You guys have been totally fine. You've been bugging up at night, no real problems, no difficulties. Perhaps as you've headed farther and farther north towards Pearlshaw, like the second night you're there or whatever, maybe a little bit groggy, but nothing like detrimental to you at all. And just for reference, all of these towns are several days apart. This is a long journey that you're taking up the road. And the next town is farther than the others have been between each other. This one is about 2 days walk between the previous town. So you unfortunately have to make camp one night here. Sorry, I lost my place in my notes. Okay, you have to make camp here, unfortunately. It's a very kind of mild night for the, dead of winter. You set up camp, set up a fire. If you are keeping watch, I assume. Let's get perception rolls from those people.
Okay.
I'll watch.
I'll watch with you.
I'll watch since I only need 4 hours.
Well, everybody's watching.
I'll take second.
I'm not. I'm gonna sleep.
Actually, I let Barry do it because he's got high. He's very alert.
Yeah.
It's a good deck save, Magnus, from 20 minutes ago. Can I get the order of people keeping watch, please?
I'll go first.
Mine's a second watch.
Okay. Magnus third then.
That
Okay.
means I have last.
So most of you go to sleep. Eravir is up first, and you're kind of like sitting on this log as your friends are all snoozing away. It's a very peaceful night. The stars are out, the sky is clear, the terror is staring down at you ominously. And it's actually a very peaceful time. It feels sort of like calm and cozy and welcoming. So your watch passes without much event, and you go and you wake Barry up around must be 1 in the morning. I think he would switch, give or take.
Yeah, I only need 4 hours, so that would be probably it.
We'll say midnight if you guys set up camp, sort of go to whatever. So Viren, you're shaken awake gently, and swap places with Eravir, and she descends into a trance as you take her spot on this log, watching around. And as I said with Eravir, it's a nice night out. The sky is clear. It feels very peaceful. That is, of course, until you notice the sky is becoming a little bit clouded over. Probably just that like morning overcast dew rolling in. It always gets a little groggy and cold. Right in the dead of the morning. And this is about 2 in the morning, I would say. Not 1 in the morning. And it starts to get cloudier and cloudier, and those clouds seem to become heavier and denser, all of that. And then the fog starts to roll in. This sort of creeping mist that appears at the edges of the trees surrounding you, and kind of like very slowly inches towards your campfire, consuming the ground underneath it and the underbrush and all of the plants on the ground, covering the twigs, covering everything on the ground, surrounding you and all of your friends. And it's peaceful.
Is my perception good enough to know that this might be unnatural?
You can roll a nature on that, because this is not an unheard of phenomenon. Mist rolls in.
Sure.
I do feel like we probably have some heightened awareness knowing that we're going after an artifact.
That's 11. I actually, from the time we were gambling last session, I forgot to switch my modifier back.
There-
search that.
So it was a 10 or an 11.
It was an 11.
Okay. It's definitely what it felt like to you was that it came in a little bit fast, but you can't say this is dangerous. You know, like it doesn't feel dangerous per se. It just feels a little bit creepy. You know, watching these fingers of fog and mist crawl towards you, like it's dragging itself almost, and it sort of pervades the whole area. But one thing that you do notice that is very uncharacteristic of this mist is even as it gets thicker, it seems to sort of choke out the light of the campfire. It does not become pitch dark around you, does not extinguish the fire, it just feels like the light can't cut through it. All of your friends seem undisturbed. They don't seem like, you know, as the mist crawls around all of you, it doesn't bite or sting or do anything like that. It just leaves you a little bit cold and damp. And just kind of rests around you.
Who's closest to me?
I don't know. Probably Troy, maybe?
Sure. I'm watching Troy. I'm watching as the mist comes in. And I like
He's snoring very loud, whistles as he exhales. Extremely comical.
Well, Troy's doing okay.
Uncharacteristic.
Laugh it up.
I hang into my large beer stein, kind of like a warm cup of coffee, and I'm kind of sipping it and watching the mist. It's getting relatively dark.
It is. It is getting darker, and the surroundings, as I said, it's sort of choking out that light of the sky and the campfire.
And I use my dark vision goggles.
Yes. You pop your dark vision goggles on, and
There's that night vision sound that goes on, you know?
Yeah. You can see. It's just your range of vision is restricted because of this mist. You can't see far. If that makes sense. So it's like, even though the light is being choked with your dark vision, you can still see. It's just the range is reduced.
I like to stand up and kind of walk around a little bit.
Okay. You take steps through the mist. It sort of twirls and dances around you as you're disturbing the blanket of fog that has settled down here. Again, it feels thick and it feels heavy. It's definitely ominous and creepy, but like, who wouldn't be creeped out by this kind of deal?
Is there any sounds or any kind of indicator?
No, it is deathly quiet.
I'm gonna wake up.
Troy, you're shaken or kicked awake, whatever Barry prefers.
Very gently tapped.
Oh no, he caresses me and
The wind
wakes
is
me up
knocked out,
properly.
and you spit up some blood as you're kicked in the chest.
What?
Wow.
No.
I don't know my own
Okay.
strength.
Jeez.
Hey.
A simple "Hey, get up" would have worked.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit weirded out by the mist that's around.
What is up with this? What is up with this fog? When did this happen?
It started kind of coming in, I don't know, 20 minutes ago or so. What time is it actually right now?
Around
You said, like,
1:30 in the
1?
morning.
Yeah.
I feel like you spent a little bit of time just watching it first, and then you woke him up. 1:15 maybe.
Have you noticed anything else come in with this, or it's
No.
just the fog so far?
It does seem that it's affecting light.
Looks darker than it should.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get the rest of the group up? I
don't
think
know.
we should. I think we need to just, from my knowledge of what we're up against, I think overcaution is necessary.
Fair enough.
I don't know too much what we're up against or how to face it, which is my biggest concern. If nobody else, I think we should get Tempe up.
Let's wake.
Let's wake. I want to wake up.
I don't want to wake up the entire world, because if there is something that is going to happen, I prefer it to reveal itself.
Right, but remember, we're dealing with the realm of sleep and dreams.
Also true.
So that makes me feel like they might be a little vulnerable unless we wake them up. But let's start with Tempe here.
Okay. You nudge him awake.
gonna-
He sleeps like floating on a little cloud. It's really cute.
I gently and properly wake
Gently.
him up.
So he kind of like comes to and is like blinking, groggily. Triggers telepathic communication and says, "Is something the matter?"
Yeah, Tempest. As Biren was keeping watch, he woke me up, and this fog just seems a bit darker, I guess, than it should be. We wanted you to look at this and weigh in if you think this is something that's a little unnatural.
He kind of sits up and looks around, bends down, observes the fog a little bit, and says, "As far as I can tell, it's, coming from the plane of air. It seems."
And can I detect magic?
Yeah. It seems fairly normal. I mean,
But
certainly rolled in quickly, didn't it?
look at the fire. Does that look unusual to you?
He goes and looks at it and seems like he just kind of like nods like he agrees, but he's not sure what's going on.
I ask. I said, you better than anybody here have put the dots together and know a bit more of maybe what we face ahead and what we're up against. And I just am at a loss for how to approach this one. I may be relying on whatever knowledge you may have in this realm.
Well, as the GMPC, I'm here to offer hints but not answers.
While
I
we're
didn't get
here,
a certain response that I was hoping for, but
I mean, to be fair, even with a very good roll, he is not entirely sure what's going on. He hasn't seen something like this before either. That said, in character, he will say, "Could just be the nature of Sethos. Has anyone lived here or known how it is not abnormal to see a magical forest or radiant waters or anything like that here."
Okay.
I think it is strange, but I'm not entirely sure.
We do know somebody from Sethos.
Also, I've visited Dis many times.
Yeah, but living in the city is not the same as living in random nature.
This place.
This
Yeah.
place.
Dis.
Nice.
You cast Detect Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check the things on that spell really quick. Do you guys want to wake anyone else up?
There's 3 of the 6 of us awake. I think we should just let
I'll be pretty disgruntled.
him. He needs beauty sleep.
Use your action to see a faint
That
aura, and he-
that bracelet can't do all the work. I'm liking the soundtrack right now. Good choice for Rolling Mist.
Thank you. Any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic and you learn in school. Well, okay, Erebir glows, Tempest glows, Magnus and Poopers both glow. They all have magic. Or object in the area that bears magic. So no. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic.
So no, beyond our party members and their items, no additional magic.
Correct.
Well,
Well,
Tempest
like
right.
nothing glows with an aura.
yeah. I'm not really sensing anything abnormally when it comes to the magical realm right now. Maybe it
Well-
is just that I know, like vague item. At least it doesn't seem like it's emanating from a person or a thing. To be
Perhaps
exact.
we should just.
I'm curious. I
Listen.
want to. I have an item that I have yet to use. I have the moon touched blade that's supposed to produce light or glow or something in certain circumstances.
Yeah. So
I want to unsheath that and see what's going on with the moon touch blade.
in darkness, this unsheathed blade of this sword sheds moonlight, creating bright light in a 15-foot radius. You draw that, and it seems just as choked as the fire is.
Okay, so it's not an isolated thing. This is definitely, suppressing light somehow. Okay, I sheath it back up.
All right. Tevis seems like creeped out, but not necessarily like it's like we need to be on high alert and wake everyone up. It could just be a natural.
He saw the sword thing, right?
He did. I mean,
okay.
He's not like he's new to this plane of existence. He doesn't know how all the countries work and everything.
I guess maybe we just keep watch.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stay up with you though. I think maybe the three of us keep watch just for fun.
Okay.
You okay with that, Tempe?
Sure.
You can use the company. Okay.
Sure.
Can I use my cantrip light to I'm gonna take a couple like large rocks and huck them out in a radius around the camp to at least have like a little additional light around the camp.
Yeah. As you kind of hug that, like I said, your field of vision's pretty restricted to maybe 15-20 feet here, so you can see a very dim glow from where you throw them.
Cool.
That's an interesting idea, though. All right, you guys stay around and chat a little bit, and morning eventually rolls around without anything odd going on.
And nothing happened.
Is the fog still there, or has the sun?
When the sun comes up and you guys wake up, it's mostly gone. It's like been burned away for the most part.
Okay, let's spend the rest of the session searching for that fog, please.
Yep.
No? Okay.
You guys want to
Just
inform
kidding.
the rest of the party that there was a strange fog at night?
Probably just in passing, like, no, there was just some strange fog. Just kind of started rolling in a little bit after midnight, and I don't know. It seemed strange, but
It didn't
nothing
seem
happened.
to do much, but it did kind of suppress light in a bizarre way, more so than what we would think fog usually would.
How did we sleep?
So fine. Feel good.
Oh,
Cool.
All right.
sounds
Press
like
on.
fog.
All right, you guys carry on north. Just before sunset begins, so maybe 4 in the afternoon. It is winter, so sunsets early. You arrive at the next town, or you're approaching the next town, we'll say. It's called Aramore. Yeah, so you guys are approaching the gates of Aramore, and the first thing that you notice from a bit of a distance is that the town is, well, not abandoned or empty or anything like that. It does seem sort of like slow. There's not a ton of people on the street or anything like that. It just seems kind of like very quiet. It is also in sort of, I don't want to say the middle of nowhere, it is just a distance away from any other town.
Do
On
we
the
see
map.
anybody around?
Yeah, where on the map are we?
Yeah, are we close to the lake there? Or?
You're about right here.
So is it like primarily a fishing town, or?
It's not quite, it's still a ways away from the lake.
Okay.
It's just like an agricultural town.
How about how many people live here? Like, does it have kind of a town square, or is it just a collection of homes?
It has a town square. Maybe 1,000 people at most.
That's
Not
pretty
huge.
big.
Not huge, not tiny.
Okay. Do we want to go find an inn? You guys want to have a drink?
Yeah.
Okay, remember, low profile.
Low profile.
Look at me.
So,
I'm a beautiful human.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Too beautiful.
How long does this last? Whereas like my beauty is omnipresent, you ugly mofos, your stuff only lasts for so long, right?
You know, my crown lasts until I take it off or decide to drop it.
I'm actually curious. How long does mine last?
I'm sorry, I missed it. I'd asked, have we seen anybody else so far around, or it's
On the road,
just few and far between?
few and far between.
Okay.
Since you left the second village, you really haven't seen many people at all, if really kind of any.
But
Okay.
there are people in the town. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing that you notice upon entering Aramore is that while there are a couple of guards sort of posted at the top of the gates, there are no guards standing post at the gates, like down on the ground or anything like that. So you go ahead and enter the town. The sun is just about beginning to set, and it seems like people here are very much in a hurry to clean up and get inside. There's sort of a scramble of, like, the people who would be packing up their stalls and stuff are really doing so with speed. Everyone's closing their shutters. Everyone is locking their doors, trying to get inside. So you're kind of like walking through the town square as you're watching people pack up and everything like that.
Do the guards remain on post, or are they also like kind of packing up and leaving the areas?
They are also packing up.
I'd like to go up to one of the guards and kind of say, "Hey, why is everybody rushing to get inside?"
You were the ones at the gate. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, you have to get inside. The hunt's coming. It's not long. You have to find a place to go.
What hunt?
And he's just kind of like in a panic. Like his friend is calling him like, "Jeremy, let's go." And he's like, Mary will take you in. She's right down the street." And he points over towards a little house. And he says, "Best of luck," and sprints off.
What do you guys think? Maybe
Let's
we
go.
go inside and figure it out in there.
Does
Mhm.
this
Seems
town
like
have
a smart
a
choice.
like a wall around it? Like, is it a city kind of thing, or is it just open?
It is a very small wall, or like a fence and
Okay.
everything. And they've got like at the gate they would have like a couple watchtowers sort of deal.
Right.
So you go over towards the house that was indicated to you, and outside, sort of sweeping up very hurriedly, is an older halfling woman who adjusts her glasses as you 5-6 approach, and kind of like you see her like heart drop a little bit, like her expression saddens visibly, and she says, "Oh my, you're new to town."
Yeah, we were told we could come to you to get inside. We don't really know from what.
"Oh yes, I have a spare bedroom. You can come in for the night. Just hurry." And she sort of like ushers you in, and she says, I'm so sorry that I and kind of like is at a loss for words as she ushers you in. Bjorn, with your high passive insight, you notice Tempest looks kind of uncomfortable to be here. Like ever since you entered the town, she's just been kind of like off put by something. Anyways,
And can I telepathic message him? Like, are you okay, Tempest?
he messages you back specifically, not anyone else, and says, "Something feels very off here. I don't really know what it is, but I'm sure it's nothing. It's just something. Don't worry about it."
Well, I'll put that in my back pocket.
But yeah, she ushers you inside, and then only a couple minutes later, takes in a pail of water and locks the door behind her, shuts all the shutters, and says, "So how did you even get here? I didn't think anyone could reach us.
We
Why?
walked.
You just walked. The nearest town is over 2 days away. How did you get here? How did you survive the night?"
What do you mean?
We camped. Is there something we should know about?
You kept. Anyone who's left has died on the road. I'm sorry. This must be very strange for you. Come in. And she puts on a pot of tea really quick. You hear a few children playing around in a back room, and she kind of like tells them, or reminds them to be quiet, as the sun is growing progressively towards the horizon. Hands you all a cup of tea and a few like pieces of bread. You see that the pickings are pretty meager, and she says, "You just walked through the night and survived the hunt.
Well, we didn't walk through the night. What is this hunt that we keep hearing about?
Every night, the mist rolls in and the creatures come with it. And it's
Creatures.
they're these horrible things of the hulking creatures with these long arms and claws and antlers and these dripping red jaws, and they rend anyone who's outside. But they're just gone in the morning. It's all we can do to keep indoors.
And they're always with the fog, you said?
Didn't you guys say there was some weird fog that night?
There
was.
We
was.
were in the fog and nothing came for you. How far out were you?
How far out were we?
You were a day's walk out, so.
A day's walk out. Well, it did seem abnormal, but we watched and nothing happened.
They live in the fog, and I can't believe you're alive. And I mean, I suppose it sort of makes sense. Maybe they wanted to draw you in for more prey. I don't know. Every time we've tried to reach another town, we can't make it before night falls, and our messengers are killed.
How
do you
long
know
has this
that
been
they're-
going on for?
I'm so sorry. You're trapped here now.
How do you know they're killed?
It's all we
Killed
can-
killed or missing? You don't know if where they are or what's happened to them, right?
We've sent them out over a week ago and heard no word. I think it's the best assumption. Few
How do
people
the
have
stories
seen
come about?
entrails dragged over the. Few people have seen entrails dragged back down the road toward us, but we dare not send a search party out after them.
I would like to telepathic message Barry. It seems like there's not a lot of food and things, and she's being really helpful, so maybe we could give her some supplies.
I would say so. What was her name? Mary? Mary, how long has it been since you last had supplies come here?
Well, we can normally just fend for ourselves, but the fog seems to rot any food we grow. Any food we have, really, we're down to our last resources. And she kind of like casts a glance toward the back room where her kids are playing, and she says, in a low tone, "If I can be honest with you, everyone here is just waiting to die."
Well, I can at least provide a pretty good amount of food. And I would like to cast Create Food and Water. But it's just the household. I'll probably, instead of like 30 pounds, I'll do like 12 pounds. So I'm not just like filling up her living room with like fish and bread.
Okay. So you magically spawn in a ton of food, and her eyes kind of go wide with amazement and gratitude for sure. And she calls her children in, and they go to town. They have not eaten well in a while.
They just go through that pile.
Yeah, and she showers you with thanks and praise, basically calling you like already the savior of the city. But after the sort of glamour of this gift wears off a little bit,
Sam
she-
Jimmy Gloom.
she returns to this like, I mean, the food will make all the difference to us, but that doesn't change the fact that we can't get out, and every night they take more of us.
Are they taking people from their homes, or are people staying out?
At first it was just those on the street, but as everyone has learned to stay indoors, they've been venturing further into town, and, well, let's just say that they aren't very polite. They don't knock on the door.
Any survivors?
Only one. Maxwell, he's our town's best hunter, but he didn't escape with everything.
How long did you say this had been going on for?
It started a few weeks ago, right around the time when we had a bit of a town tragedy, I suppose. We had this horrible man who was put to trial and hanged. murderer and cannibal, actually. Just, I'd rather not talk about it. It's quite unnerving. Now it seems that his spirit has stayed around to do what he could not in life. That's bring the village more misery and death than anyone would have ever imagined.
How have you guys been? I mean, besides, very nervously, lots of nightmares. Have people been able to sleep at all?
Could you sleep when this is going on?
I guess my question is, any unnatural reasons to sleep, full-on insomnia, anything not related to the current terror that's going through your town?
She seems to think, and she's like, I'm sorry, I really hadn't thought about it. We've mostly just been preoccupied with surviving the monsters.
It's okay, I understand.
I don't think anyone would be sleeping peacefully.
I'm really sorry you guys are going through this. I think I speak for everyone here when we say that we'll try and help you as best we can.
I'm sorry that you're stuck here now too.
Well, where is Maxwell, and what is he missing now?
Well, his hope, his pride, all of his men, his leg. He lost everything. And she looks out the kind of opens shutters a little bit and looks outside, and then closes them again. And you see that the sun is just about set. And she says, "You can't go out now. Just stay here for the night. It's no trouble. Everyone here is doing what they can. After all, we're sort of all trapped in this together."
I'd like to put Russell on the roof of the house, and make sure that if he can see something or hear something, to notify us, or to come back and make noise or something like that.
Let me roll for his intelligence.
Bird brain.
Okay. Yes. So that is the story she's given you. She locks the door and shows you to a extra bedroom. I mean, there's only one bed in here, but it's all she's got, so. Yeah. But you're welcome to have, you have free reign of the house for the night. It's still very early evening, it's just fallen dark.
What size is the bed?
Like a queen, probably.
When we're all in the room together, I'd like to talk to the party and say,
What do you guys think? I mean, do we just... I don't think we should go out tonight, obviously, but probably talk to Maxwell in the morning and figure out what's going on. Do you guys think it's related to the artifact?
I don't know, but it is really strange or coincidental that we did experience the same fog, but with nothing else. What kind of intervention do we think is going on here if it seems like they're if they're this aggressive and merciless, how did we scathe unharmed?
That fog that rolled in when you guys were watching, you didn't hear anything running through the woods. You didn't hear any screams or
Nothing. Oddly silent.
I wonder. I mean, we were a day away from this village, and that fog was able to reach us. And if they're tormenting this village, whatever it is, I mean, it makes me wonder how, one, if it's multiple of these creatures or one, and to that point of, is the epicenter in this village and this is where they're attacking, or if that, again, like we said, that fog's reaching so far, a day travel, that maybe they can go even farther, or maybe not, since we were safe.
Yeah, and I think that, like Poover said, we need to talk to Maxwell and see if there is anything that we may be capable of doing to defend or fight back against it. I honestly don't know if this is related to the silver circulator or the sorry, DM Ackley,
Equus,
name
yeah.
of the Atlas, if it's related to Atlas and the Silver Circlet, or something just entirely different but coincidental.
And we are in the path of travel of this terror that's ripping through on its way to Dis. So I don't think I think we could probably do something to help this town, since it's going to make its way here anyway. But we got to remember that, even the guards are in a panic. So
Yeah. But if you guys remember the towns that we were in, where all the people had died in their sleep, they were, I believe, physically unharmed. It seemed like everything
Yeah.
that they were passed, but not in a physical, violent manner,
Right.
such as these things seem to be. So I really don't, at this point, don't know.
DM, based on the small description that this lady gave us, would I know of any monster that kind of fits that description?
You can roll nature or history with disadvantage, because I don't think you've done immense amounts of research into monster diversity yet.
That would be 14.
Okay. You have heard of let's see. You have heard of all sorts of nocturnal creatures that will hunt in the night. This exact specific description of this, like, long armed with claws and whatever, that could qualify as a lot of different things. On top of that, she also mentioned that she thinks it's a specter of a very evil man who's come to basically haunt them and kill them.
So she insinuated that there was one thing that was causing all this harm.
She had said that there are creatures in the night, but she thinks it is the curse of this man.
Okay, so there's more than one.
Yes. In terms of what exactly this creature is, it's really hard to tell, because she's obviously, like, filtering, like, it's her own bias influencing her description of it. Someone like Maxwell would probably be better for a description.
Okay.
We don't necessarily have to RP this out, but can I attempt to warden calm Ambrose and just provide him the description that she gave us, like, almost verbatim? I know she maybe hasn't seen them or experienced them like Maxwell may have, but just to see if he has any idea of what it might be.
Ask about weird fog too.
Okay. We
that-
can RP it, but I don't know that. I'm
You
sorry,
should- you
I can't
should
nail the
RP it, yeah.
description. Okay, what? Okay. So I'm gonna get on the warden common. Ambrose, come in. This is Troy.
There's a bit of a delay, more so than normal, and then you hear Ambrose reporting. Present your query.
Ambrose, we've come upon a town. I'm sorry, the name again is
Aramore.
Aramore, which has been plagued recently by a mysterious and unusual fog that occurs in the evenings, and what they believe are creatures, possibly specters, that fit this description. And I wanted to see if you knew anything about either the creature or the fog.
There's another very long pause, and he simply, just very bluntly replies, I have no such records.
No such records is surprising, coming from one of the most knowledgeable people that I know in the Wardens. Maybe if you find anything out, reach out to us, please.
Bambi.
Acknowledged, and he cuts off the communication.
That was interesting. I assume everybody was close enough in this tiny room to have heard that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Either he's really busy or doesn't have interest in this.
I don't think he's really much of a
We're-
liar. He probably really doesn't know.
Right, but he did just cut off communication. I don't think he's ever done that before. It seemed unusual.
I mean, the wardens are probably pretty busy with that rot dragon and, the whole thing.
It could have been also he heard poopers. and wanted to cut the conversation.
Bail.
Hey,
I'm
he's
sorry.
my friend.
You are 100% right.
All right. Do you guys want to continue your conversation? Are you ready to brave the night?
Brave that night.
You guys, I mean, from the fear that everybody has, do we want to have any preparations for this house, especially with the children being in the back room? Because,
I definitely think we should still do a watch, even though we're in the house.
I mean, I have
Just to
Russell.
listen.
I have Russell up there to help, but I mean,
I think one of
we
us
want to
should
prepare for.
Well, we're
definitely
gonna
stay
go.
on.
We're gonna go brave the night, aren't we?
Oh, I thought we were
Inside.
staying in the
No,
house.
we're going to stay in the house.
No, we aren't going out.
I think we should stay in the house, but still do a watch, just to listen and make sure.
Okay.
Do you magic-y folk have any kind of spells that are like defensive, protection, bubble, sphere, something or others that may help here?
Well, let me tell you. I'm gonna start the game show music up options. I actually have one called Magic Circle, which I can choose one or more of the following types of creatures: celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead. They cannot willingly enter the circle by non-magical means.
Well, we're thinking this thing's a specter from the small knowledge that we know, right? That's what she told us. Does
Sure.
that include any of those?
So to clarify, she doesn't know what the creatures are. She thinks that it is a curse by the ghost of this person.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's like specter, like kind of like this vague, like entity specter, not literal. Well, so if I set up the circle and it does pass through, then that scratches off celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. So
By non-magical means.
by non-magical means.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put it in the house. Or, I mean, how big can you make this
I
circle?
mean, it can't hurt, right?
10-foot
It's-
radius.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I raise
Around
the
our
level
bed.
on it. Yeah. Well, I could put it at like the front
Yeah.
door, the
Higher
front door, or
levels-
like the window.
Yeah, higher levels just make the duration longer because it lasts 1 hour.
Oh.
Okay.
alright.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
maybe we kind of use that as a back. If we end up having to fight, we can put it around the kids or that this lady, so we don't have to worry about protecting them.
you know what we could do as well, Magnus, is if Russell spots something unusual, we could then put up the circle in front of the house, or like near the front door, or like major windows areas, and see if they're able to pass through the circle.
So we're using it more as a litmus test than anything else, I guess. Okay.
At the moment.
She didn't mention a name or anything about the person who was,
It was like some
Was
cannibalistic
hanged.
murderer, and that's all we got.
but she didn't say a name or anything, right? Nobody caught
No.
anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Also, if the creature does enter the circle, it has disadvantage on attack rolls, and it cannot charm, frighten, or possess creatures inside of the circle.
It's a good circle. Let's see that circle when the time's ready.
You
There
know,
you go.
one of my thoughts about this, if everybody's thinking that the monster's coming anyway, I know Barry, you've been able to throw, those orbs out and lights out and stuff like that. I mean, we can use that as a lure, throw that in the middle of the town or wherever, and having it manipulated and moving, and then put the circle around there and see if it can enter. I mean, if we're talking the litmus test anyway, use that as kind of a lure, and then we can have air, beer, rain, fire.
I like that idea. You know what we should do too is we should go talk to Maxwell, since apparently he's the only one that's actually ever faced these and could potentially help us
Right.
understand them better.
And it just, again, more to that luring stuff out is one of the things we can do too, just thinking out loud here, is I know I have it and you do too, is with our mirror images, we can always throw one out there,
Good
you
point.
know, specifically
Good point.
as
That
a
would be
lure.
good bait.
So just a thought.
Yeah, at
I
this
like it.
time, I think we just need more info. We don't have much of anything.
Let's just make it through the night.
Okay.
All right, let's at least stay watch, and again, I have Russell out.
And I'll do one of the periods of time for my high perception.
So you guys are doing watches then. Okay. So can I get the first and second watches, their perception rolls, please?
Probably be Airbear and Barry again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 19. Who's going first?
I'll go second.
So you guys all settle in for the night. Right as the sun starts to set, and you guys have been talking about this, everything seems pretty peaceful outside for a while. Very quiet though. Around 9 at night, you start to get that sort of ominous silence again, and you very quickly, you're all awake at this point. You're very quickly kind of like peer through the shutters, and do see fog start to roll in. It seems much more like a wall of fog here than a sort of creeping mist. And it very slowly begins to surround and consume the town. And it's maybe 2 hours later that you guys all start to settle in and go to sleep, but you notice that the fog outside has completely choked away all of the street lamps. You can see maybe 10 feet outside from the window. So most of you enter a sort of very restless sleep, trying to get a good night's rest so you can face whatever threat this is in the morning. Aravier, you keep watch for the first period of the night, and it's around 11:30 at night that Russell flies into the window, squawking frantically. Do you open the window for him?
Does that wake any of us up?
Probably.
You're muted.
I mean, yeah, I think we should.
You're muted, Airbeer.
I would yell to wake everyone up.
Okay, you guys are all shaken awake by Aravier yelling and by Russell the Crow smacking into the window repeatedly.
I snap and make him reappear inside.
Okay. You guys walk over towards the window and look out into the mist and see nothing.
Oh
Was
my
it
god.
Was it a false alarm?
He was pretty frantic.
Stupid bird.
I'm just saying. You guys have been with me this whole time and had Russell on my shoulder, and have you ever
Barry.
seen him act like that
Yep.
before?
I know. I was just gonna say.
Throw that circle around this window.
I'd like to throw out the circle in the front area of the house, or wherever Russell was.
I want to listen intently as well.
Yeah. About 15 minutes later, you guys would be swapping shifts around this time anyways, but you're all still awake. And it's nearly midnight, not quite. And there are a series of screams far away on the other side of town. Horrible, gut-wrenching screams of terror and pain and desperation. You hear cries for mercy followed by, that like horrible guttural yelling as someone's throat is ripped out.
Anybody else really feel like we should be helping?
Kind of
I
feels
mean,
that way.
we don't even know this town yet.
I think we need to go to Maxwell as quickly as possible.
I'm
We
not sure.
can't help them if we're all dead tonight. We need to get some more info tomorrow and see what happened.
Goofers is antsy, but she also recognizes that we probably shouldn't go outside.
Yes. About 5 minutes later, all those screams stop. And
5 minutes
5
of
minutes.
suffering. Jesus Christ.
5 minutes. And you guys try and get back to sleep. Barry's now taking watch. Around 3 in the morning, there's
Yeah,
another
well, sleeping.
another
no one's
series of
sleeping.
screams that wake you all up if you had fallen asleep at all.
Does it sound
Um,
closer or farther away?
It sounds equally far, but in a different direction. So like over here versus like over here. Same deal. It's not a nice thing to listen to, really. And you guys pretty much lay awake all night following that, the rest of the morning, until dawn breaks. And you have the window very mildly open, and on the second story, by the way, and you see the sun start to rise and the mist start to disappear. Walk downstairs, and Mary is down there having made coffee or tea for most of you, I mean, not meager because she has some of this food now, but not extravagant breakfast. And Viren, one thing you do notice is that some of the food you had made seems to have gone bad. Not all of it, just some of it.
When the mist was disappearing, I wanted to see the direction it was going.
It kind of like all goes out at once. It's not like
Okay. It doesn't like go to a certain way.
It's
okay.
like radial. That is a very good question though. But yeah, we'll take a quick break here, having reached morning, and see what you do when we get back.
Well, we made it through one night.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Pretty much. See what happens to us when we come back from this short break. See you there.
Welcome back. Or maybe you don't want to be back. We'll find out. Alright, as I said, rough night. A few people died probably. Or maybe it was just a really good, like, reenactment or a play or something. Hard to say, really. It's morning. Sun's out. Mist is gone. Meager breakfast prepared. Some food rotten, not all of it. But yes, Mary welcomes you downstairs. She looks exhausted. Probably didn't sleep last night either very well. Says, so you see what you've been trapped in now. It's not quite a very pleasant fate, is it?
I don't suppose, if we're still around, if we could stay here another night. I think we want to go talk to Maxwell today.
Hun, you're here forever now. They might have let you in, but they're not letting you out.
I don't think it'll be forever. We're pretty good at dealing with this kind of stuff. Don't you worry. The Sultry Six are here to help.
Well, you're welcome back to the room if you want it, but I know the tavern is certainly empty, and I doubt, what's his name? I doubt Alphonse is charging. Like I said, we're kind of all just waiting for the end. Money doesn't mean much anymore.
And I'm sure we'll go ask this question a few times, but as far as you're aware, have we tried anything to stop this?
We've tried to send out help. They get lost in the mist at night. We've tried to hunt them, and look what happened to Maxwell's party. What are we supposed to do?
Okay. Can you point us to Maxwell's house or where he's at?
He's in the tavern almost every day now, drowning his sorrows.
Before we
I like this guy.
before we head out, I know you don't want to talk about it, but was there a name or any more information about the man who was hanged?
You can talk to our Mayor Tabitha for full details, but he did some really atrocious things. I don't even like to speak his name, but he was called Riki.
Like Ricky, but Riki.
Like Tiki, but with an R.
Gotcha.
Riki.
So, I know it's early, but the tavern sounds nice.
Yeah, let's go find Maxwell.
I
right
mean,
up-
after
right up
that
the
night,
The
I
tavern!
say to the tavern. You know, that's my favorite part of our entire thing.
Okay.
Oddly inappropriate, but still works.
Oddly, is it that odd though? Inappropriate, yes, but
Definitely.
Should we say-
Inappropriate's kind of our MO.
should we say expectedly inappropriate?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Arrive at the tavern. It's actually pretty packed. Or not packed, I would say, but people clearly.
Danger in here.
No, it's like everyone. It's
Is
like
it
most,
Beerin's day today and we
most
missed
of-
it?
most of the tables are taken. People aren't even talking. They're just kind of there. This is probably one of the last sources of food in town. Also, the probably only source of alcohol, and people are just, like Mary said, basically waiting to die.
I feel like to make sure this is super appropriate, we all
Wait.
wait and let Poofer kick in the door. Super happy.
I don't know if I want to kick in the only thing between them and a horrible fog death.
Can we just pretend it's a double swinging door?
Yeah.
Can you somberly kick in the door?
Just like push it open with my foot.
Alright, you push open the door, and we finally get to use the track I've been waiting an entire campaign to use.
No pressure on that song.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
Yes, as I said, it is fairly busy in here, but it is not jovial. There's not a lot of people talking or anything like that. One bartender is behind the counter. Most people here, like I said, look like they are exhausted, look like they are very afraid, and are just kind of downtrodden, beaten down, they've already lost.
Go over to the bartender and I say, "Excuse me, do you have a large ladder of some kind?"
You're new in town.
We are.
How'd you get in? Can you get out?
We're going
And
to find the house and-
everyone in the tavern looks over with very mild hope.
I wave.
You,
It seems
He can
a little
step
bit-
on mist.
you must have survived at least one night to make it out here.
We did, and
You have to get out and give them a message. We need anything we can get. We're going to die here. Every night it's more.
I understand
He's like,
your
I
concern.
just wanted a beer.
First things first. It seems a little hungry.
Barry, help everybody out.
The fog rots the food. We're down to our last loaves.
Large platter. I think I can help you. I'm assuming that this is a
He-
tavern and the floor is
He
gross.
sets out, he sets out some plates, but I mean, like I said, most people have given up. He's not going to spend his last moments doing dishes.
Go over to a table, Barry.
I'm gonna go over to a table, like a not used one, place the place down. I'm just gonna load it up with Greek food and water.
Most of the people flock to it, very hungry. They don't quite look starved yet, but they look like they're getting there. So people are very thankful for this food. You are showered, positively showered with questions. How did you get in? Can you get out? Can you help us? Please God, anything.
We haven't tried getting out yet. Yes, we plan to help. And
Who are you? So brave, so noble in your
Sultry.
ways.
we just kind of stumbled in here. We're the Stumbly Six, and well, apparently we have some kind of terrible issue that we need to take care of, and we've done that a couple times. So, has anyone seen a gentleman named Maxwell?
They all look towards the corner, where there's
The edgy guy drinking his ass off. In the
Aragorn
darkness.
sitting in the
The,
corner.
the brooding guy in the hood, only his lower face showing.
Hey,
Mhm.
there can only be one.
In
uh,
every tavern, there can only be one.
Yeah, let me send a picture of him in our contacts channel in our Discord.
Hotness check and disadvantage minus the leg.
He is missing a
Oh,
leg.
that's not very cool. You'd be attracted
Come on.
missing a leg.
We accept all kinds here.
Why you gotta cut the guy down?
Why do you gotta reduce everyone to their hotness check?
Reduce, cut. I don't think DMs was intentional, but I got that one. No,
Eh,
Magnus.
5.
I know.
Take him or
We're-
leave him.
He's
We're
an
coming
older
up short.
guy. He's the only one in the tavern who didn't get up and be like, "Oh my God, food!" He's got
he
like 6 glasses. All right, he gets up and leaves the tavern, refusing to talk to any of you.
So we're all saying this telepathically.
Oh, interesting. You try and speak telepathically, and it doesn't seem to work.
I
So Tempe can't talk at all then.
He can write.
I mean,
Yeah.
Here's a
he
Uh,
can play
pen and a
music. He
pad.
can play music. That's
for
what
the
he can
first time, you try and speak telepathically, and it doesn't work. But Tempest does kind of like seem to suffer like a head pain. And then like looks over confused at all of you.
tried a minor illusion of flame. Does anything happen?
Yeah, you produce a little flame.
do. Try the warden comms.
Who are you trying to contact?
Let's recontact Ambi and see if Ambrose and see if he's found anything.
Okay. So you say like, "Hey, Ambrose."
Yeah. Ambrose, it's Magnus.
Ambrose Ambrose reporting. Present your query.
Hey, Ambrose, it's Magnus. I know Troy reached out to you earlier. There's something going on in this town, and I guess some creatures and everything that are just demolishing these people. We're just hearing screams in the night from all this fog rolling in. Have you found or made any progress about any of this?
I have no records on the matter.
We've never heard of anything of this nature.
I have no records on the matter.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Acknowledged, and he cuts off.
Well, at least we know it's not all magical systems.
Tempest has walked over towards the bartender and has, like, made some, like, gestures, asked for paper and pen.
I
she
would
gets.
like to attempt a telepathic message, Ambrose, because I have that as a spell, and it's not Tempe's communication.
You mean Tempest, not Ambrose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tempe.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes. My magic is fueled by emotion. This town is very sad, so my magic is malfunctioning.
You relay that to us.
Yeah, so I let everyone know. I said that I can communicate with Tempe, but his magic's fueled by emotion, and this town is making him really sad, and is affecting him.
I reach for my sketchbook and I hand it to him with a pen.
He takes it and kind of gives like a nod of thanks, but he looks like very downtrodden.
I give him a hug too.
Yeah, he actually lands. He stops floating. Just is walking now.
I think that it's best if I stick with Tempe and kind of be his buddy, since he and I can communicate easily.
Should have taken another follower, gosh darn it.
Well,
Took the bard.
let's go over to the dark and brooding guy in the corner.
Yeah. Maxwell the Hunter is an older-ish man. I did send a picture of him, but he's got this kind of like messy gray hair. He's got bandages over most of his face. In the picture, both of his eyes are covered, but only one of his is in reality. There's a nice hat atop his head, and he's like fully clothed in a long cloak. Got about 6 or 7 glasses on the table already, empty, and another full one. And he's just kind of like dazed, staring off into space.
I sit down at the table and I go, "Hey, nice hat."
There's a very like mild gesture as he like looks at you and then looks back at his drink.
So, we're from out of town. Stumbled in last night. Found out some interesting stuff is going on in town, and we're pointed to you.
Hope you made your peace with the rest of the world.
Yeah, we're kind of pretty good at getting ourselves in situations like this, but also so far very successful at getting ourselves out. So, we were hoping you could kind of tell us, more about what attacked you guys, what's going on here.
He takes like a long moment. It seems to be like flashback remembering some horrific event. They killed all of them. 25 of us. One walked out. Dragged out.
Well, let's start with how many of them were there? There were 25 of you.
There's no way to know. They hide in the mist. They live in it. They appear and disappear into it like they themselves are made of fog. You can't see them. You can't hear them. They're everywhere.
More than one at once ever? Or
Uncountably many.
I'm really sorry that you lost all your friends, and it seems like you didn't make it out too well either.
He throws paper or slides paper over towards you. No.
It throws.
Beans poofers.
There seems to be an actually abundance of papers that he's sort of like stacked up, and they're all like scribbled, like he's been obsessively drawing something. And this is what he sends you, also in our context channel, our Discord. Oh, I hit level 5.
I was right.
You were right.
I thought that this was gonna be this monster.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that monster. as well.
I felt like I dropped a lot of hints for it, so
Yeah.
An evil reindeer.
it
You-
is this.
You mean an actual full-on physical description? Yeah.
Also, be
Yeah.
careful. Our DM just did level up.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
So it is this humanoid-like creature with sort of cloven hooves for its back feet, and these long, spindly arms that end in clawed fingers. It seems to have grown a mane on the back. These long, pointed ears and vacant eyes that look over a snout dripping with blood that sort of like drips from these long, carnivorous teeth, and from its forehead sprout antlers. And he says, "Every night they take some, and every night there are more."
Keep this.
Can you keep this?
The drawing.
Like waves his hand, whatever.
I put it into my pack and I say, okay. And this all started when Riki was hung in the town square.
That's when it began. He cursed this place, and now we'll all die for it.
And can I get insight on this guy? See if he's being straightforward in his information.
As opposed to,
Like, does it feel like his perception is objective?
okay,
Or yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or like if he's being like biased in some way. Hmm.
14. I mean, he's definitely shaken, but he has so many drawings of this thing in front of him. Like, they all look very consistent. You know that this is very
Sure.
clearly like a solid image.
But
in
also
his
about
memory.
Riki as well. That he honestly believes that it's Riki's, doing
Yeah,
this going on.
He seems to think the town is cursed in some way, and the timing lines up. So that's probably what he believes.
Right.
On the other hand, he is a hunter, and this does seem like a creature, not a ghost. So as Biren, you would be like, maybe it's a coincidence, but the timing is sort of uncanny.
Right.
So I want to ask him if were they able to defend themselves at all, injure any of the creatures, or was there nothing they could do about it?
And what kind of attacks did you guys use? Magic users or just all physical damage?
We don't have any magicians in the town. But we're highly trained hunters. We've been supplying the town for decades. It was an unwinnable ambush. They were everywhere. They dragged us one by one into the fog. You could hear the screams as each man lost his life and joined their ranks. It
Hold
was
on.
a massacre.
Were you able to
Joined their
wound any of
ranks.
them?
What did you say, Magnus?
Sorry. When this happened, were you able to wound any of them or take any of them down? Did your swords and arrows or any of your magic hurt them?
So we'll answer both of your questions. I'll answer Boofer's first because it was more directly relevant. To join their ranks. So he says, as I said, every night they take more, and every night it seems like there's another in the mist. There's never any bodies, there's never any blood. They're just gone. As for the weapons, he would reply that they bleed, they suffer, they're individually alive and mortal, but together they're unkillable. We made them bleed, but it didn't matter. There were just always more.
But they
Just
can
trying to
bleed.
Do they bleed?
Yes, they do.
That
Okay.
was one of our questions.
How
I
long
wanna,
ago was your
um,
attempt?
A week ago. Don't try and fight them.
And
There's no shame in running away, staying safe and making what you can of your last days. All their families are
What do you
suffering
know
alone
of-
now.
what do you know of Riki? What did he do to earn a hanging?
He was a sick man. He would take people in the night, do unthinkable things, and once they finally succumbed, make a feast of them.
And
When-
on that note, I fill up his drink.
Yeah, he downs it, for sure.
And I fill it up again.
Can play this game all night, Bjorn.
I pull my little finger trigger like a fountain. Like.
I mean, he slows down. You can't
Have you
beat them.
noticed? Have you noticed any patterns or I know they come when the fog rolls in. Have you noticed times or areas that they attack in?
It's a different house every night. They're still on the outskirts, but they're making their way in. Every night it's a little bit farther, and soon the starvation doesn't take us, they will, one by one. We can't get in, we can't get out, no one can get in.
Did
So,
you?
Riki, I know it's a touchy subject, but what exactly did he do to be hung?
He had said that he was a kidnapper, tortured people, murdered them, and then ate them.
So he ate more than
Sounds
one.
like a nice guy.
It's like a very friendly cannibal.
All he needs to do is stab poopers, and then they're best friends.
Maybe he wouldn't have eaten all those people if he had just stabbed me first.
You know. Well,
Maybe we should go talk to the mayor.
maybe it's still morning, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what time is it? How long
Yeah.
until?
It's about 10 in
Okay.
the morning.
What did we notice? What time the fog started rolling in?
It started
About 9,
it
right?
started right when darkness fell. The entire town was encompassed by about 8:30, and then
Okay.
the first killing was around 11:30, and the second was around 3.
So
Okay.
one last question for Maxwell, and this may sound odd, but Riki didn't have any special adornments or anything. No circlets or any unusual types of accessories, clothing.
Do you know that monster?
I do not.
No. He was a peasant, or at least acted like one.
Okay.
Where was he? Where was his house? Where was he located? Where would he bring his victims?
He had a house on the outskirts of town, but there's nothing there. We've already scoured the place. Bloodstains, maybe. Sour memories. Everything's gone with him.
Was he known to use magic or the occult or anything like that? Was there somebody that he followed?
Only his own bloodlust.
Has anybody been able to go out at night, at all? Or has nobody returned from being out at night?
Anyone who's gone out has met the same fate. Screams and then gone.
Kind of look at the party.
Not a trace left.
Alright, do you guys want to go talk to the mayor? See if we can learn a little more backstory on Mr. Cannibal?
Yeah, I also think we need to. Oh,
Need the what?
Okay. So you guys want to head over to the mayor. There's a town hall here, and you can do that. It's not a big town hall. She's like her office is sort of the building, so you can walk in. And she pushes her chair back as you guys enter. She's just a normal human woman. middle-aged, kind of graying orange hair. And she pushes her chair back and stands up and she says, "Oh my, wait, we can't play the tavern music anymore. It's so sad." Pushes her chair back and says, "It's true. There are outsiders." And she is like kind of like happy to see you and rushes up and says, How did you get in? It's possible to traverse. It's the nearest town stays away. You survived a night. That means it's possible."
We're kind of an interesting group. I wouldn't count on it. But we are here trying to help. Do you have any information on Riki?
Yeah. So you've already heard about him. This stain on our town. The harbinger of doom. He's... I don't know what else to do. I thought we were doing the right thing by hanging him, but it seems to have just been our downfall.
Look, from what we've heard of the guy, you did good by hanging him. He does not sound like somebody who deserved a spot in this town. Okay, so don't blame yourself. Something clearly strange is going on here.
He's you want to know about him. We'll take any help we can get. We're that desperate at this point. All right, let's see. He was born here, of course. Most people who still here are or were. He lived on the outskirts of town. We just thought he was a common, peddler. He made his way, didn't really bother anyone, kept quiet, and every town will have its problems, especially here. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere. People will walk out into the mountains and fall victim to something or other, so a disappearance here or there really isn't that abnormal, but over a few years it just seemed like normal numbers, and it was too late that we discovered the truth. It was honestly by sheer happenstance. One of his neighbors just needed something and walked over and heard the screams. His town is not really near anything, or his house wasn't really near anything else in town, so we just never heard anything, and sent the guards in, found his basement, and he kept a little trophy from everything, and just one thing led to another, and he was hanged for his crimes.
You didn't do anything wrong, and the people of the town did nothing wrong by bringing justice to this guy. And people get hanged all over the world, for stuff like this, and they don't get cursed by fog monsters, so don't blame yourself.
Keeping him alive would have been better. We've already lost almost 100 people to this.
I don't suppose you know where he lived. If I assume you've looked through it, but would you mind if we went and looked?
I'm not sure you'll find anything. It's been completely emptied since we've discovered everything. No one wants to go near it. We'll probably just burn it down.
Can I insight check? See if she's being honest about the whole situation?
Yeah.
And speaking of burning it down, it seems like these only come at night with fog and the darkness and everything like that. Have you thought about having bonfires or big lights throughout the city, or I know we have the lamps, but just to try to light up as much as we can? Does it seem to push them away?
We've tried. It does nothing. The fog just chokes out all the light. We end up in darkness anyways. You can't see but 5 feet in front of you. With your 18, Viren, she is obviously very distraught, very desperate. She also seems to believe that this spirit has cursed the town. And she seems to be completely honest about everything. She's that desperate to just need any stranger's help.
Right.
That said, I think that as Viren, you would know that they're convinced that this spirit is haunting this place, but these creatures are clearly not spiritual.
Right. Okay.
So the occurrence is coincidental, but they're blaming it on this.
Potentially, yes.
Yep.
Now, I know you have, your hunters, and
Not anymore.
we
They're all
we
gone.
heard about the hunting party. Do you have any other magic users or anybody that is powerful in the city? I know they're afraid, but anybody that we could use to assist us, because we're going to try to help any way we can. We just need strong people to get some direction.
We don't have any magic users, and the guards have all but resigned. Everyone is just waiting for the end.
And the guards no longer hold their post at night, right?
No. They go inside like everyone else.
Have you noticed at all if this curse, these creatures are drawn specifically to anything?
Seems like our town's the heart of it. If you got in, you must have been far enough to not attract them, or they let you in. Or prey, I guess, but their targets seem random. Whoever's on the street or right now on the outskirts of town, they've been ransacking the houses. Every time we go and see in the morning, there's no trace that anyone was ever there.
Are we seeing claw marks and destruction, or is it seem just now there's no person there?
Oh, there are signs of a struggle, but there's no blood or body.
Do we want to go check out his house?
It sounds like they've really pushed through it, but it's in the outskirts of the town anyway, and if that's where they're attacking it, I mean, in a theory, we could maybe even make that where
Lower spot?
yeah, where we decide to lure anyway.
They also have no magic users, so
Right. So I mean, if we detect magic and see something, it's just another thought.
You're gonna fight them, right? You're gonna scare them off, kill them, anything?
Well, we're gonna find out what's going on.
we'll do our best to help you. Plus, it sounds like we're stuck here anyway, so we might as well try.
Who are you?
I'm so glad you asked. Does anybody have a good S word?
We're the Savior 6.
Yes.
Nice.
And I kind of stand heroically.
Everyone else is just kind of hanging around, like just standing normally.
Yeah.
Picking something out of my teeth.
kinda drinking.
Yes.
Tempest kicks a rock. A pebble.
Thumb encourage you to have just like a nice breeze go past us.
Are we good talking to the mayor?
Think
Yeah.
so.
On the way to Riki's house, I'd like to call Victoria's office to report the situation and the details. I don't know if you want me to roleplay it out.
You.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Victoria or Victoria's assistant, whoever's there. Hello, this is Poofers. Over.
There's a long pause before you're answered, and she says, Victoria here. What do you need?
So, we were on our way north of this, and we're now in the town called something.
Paramore.
Evermore. And there's some weird stuff going on here. A mysterious fog that rolls in after dark, people being attacked by antlered monsters with white faces. This town is pretty decimated by this, and we're trying to figure out what's going on.
There's a pause. She potentially thinks or is doing something, and then she gets back to you and says, your priority is the artifact. Get it no matter what.
It doesn't seem like we can leave here, though.
I'm too busy to figure this out. You'll have to do it on your own.
Okay, just wanted to keep
Acknowledged.
you updated.
And
Bye.
she cuts off.
Well, that was very unhelpful.
Hey, does
Good
anybody
thought,
else?
Poopers.
Anybody else kind of realize every time we keep calling on these warning comms, it seems very robotic and talking short and quick, and I mean, I get that there's, they're busy with doing a lot of other stuff, but I mean, it doesn't seem like our normal communication.
Well, when we get out of this, we can try a different way, like write a letter or something.
Well, and Victoria seemed to know about what our current task at hand was, and so if you were implying that maybe it's being intercepted or faked or something by somebody
Or
else,
manipulated, at least.
Could also be that the negative effects are starting to spread.
Or they're just busy.
Or
End
they're
of the
just
world.
busy.
Dealing with a huge giant like rot
Yeah,
dragon,
the dragon.
in the sky, super big terror, and trying to get artifacts. So they probably aren't super concerned with the small town that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
are you
So are we there?
Mary, are you
Yes.
able to? I know in previous quests you were trying to locate objects to find certain things. Any way to by chance tell if there's an artifact somewhere near or something highly powerful or something that might clue us in?
Weren't we
I'm
giving
still
something?
not sure if this is connected to the Silver Circlet and our current, artifact hunt, or if this is a side thing.
You were
But
given a
if we
coin
can-
from
That lets us contact.
Avi, which
Avi,
has
though.
two purposes. That lets you contact her, or if placed on an item, if in physical contact with something, it can
It'll
tell you
identify.
whether it is an artifact.
Yeah. But I know what you're talking about, Troy. That was when we were in the Underdark. And
Yeah. it
my
was
powers
gems,
were
though, I
amplified
guess.
because of the gems.
Okay.
So right now,
With,
unless I've seen the item or someone can describe it to me, I can't locate it.
Well, I can describe. I mean,
with
I would have an idea of the
Locate-
Silver Circlet.
Locate Maxwell's leg.
You know
Nice.
what the other leg
Yeah,
looks
well,
like?
I have to look at his other leg. So can we go back to the bar
No,
and
no.
can he roll up his pants?
Sarah, I need you to take off your pants.
Is
So-
it
a
pants
life or
or
death
at this
situation.
point, is it pant?
Yeah.
magic legs.
You know, it's only like up to his knee on one leg. Like he only lost his lower leg.
Okay, Maxwell's
Pant in
fine-looking calf.
So I have a question with the drawing that we got of the monster. One, I know from the description we've never heard of anything like that. With the drawing, have any of us would have had any kind of knowledge about that or have seen it in the past? And then two, with it's funny that you kind of mentioned that now with locate object, does that work with locate animal or a person kind of thing? Like, because now
All
we have a
of-
description of what it looks like.
All of the locate spells require familiarity with it.
Okay. So a
And they
drawing
also,
of it.
I don't know if anyone has locate.
Like specifically a unique aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
It couldn't be like go find the antlers of this creature. It has
Ready
to
for
be like
Airbeer to drop this bomb?
Poofers, do you still have your book that if you draw something in it, it goes straight back to Redcliffe?
Yeah, I can do that, but the description that we gave Emby is exactly what's here, so I can do that, but I wouldn't expect that much.
I mean, it wouldn't
I
hurt
think
to
you
draw
should
something
still
in
put it
there, though. Yeah.
He's,
I don't
he's
think
gonna
you
be,
don't get a response in that. It's just like a record keeping book.
still a good thing though.
I just thought maybe he could check it and then see the photo.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just,
not a bad thought.
just gonna write back, beep boop, no record.
Would
I do think I have a journal that goes to the monster lady too.
I think that's the same journal.
Yeah.
is it not?
They both like I think what we
Wouldn't
landed
hurt
on
to
is I
s-
can send it to either of them.
Wouldn't hurt to sketch it. I mean, just
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
and-
make a copy of it.
yeah. And maybe we could try and contact them afterwards and see if they can.
you know what we can do to solve this entire problem is obviously grab our items from the bag of amazing things.
Can pull
I
out some
thought,
things.
I thought you were gonna say leave.
Also,
Yeah.
also we could just leave.
We made it in. Let's get out. Sure.
Which is
let's-
very interesting that we did make it in, because either something was protecting us, or,
Or they
they
wanted us
us here.
Or they're scared of us.
Yeah.
Okay, you're pulling two things from your bag of useless items.
Yes.
First one is a rubber rat.
Oh! I like kick it across whatever. We're on a road or something.
And I pick that up and put it in my pocket.
A rubber, like a little toy rat.
I squint at you.
I
afraid of rats.
smile.
For everyone, Poofers hates rats.
Despises rats.
And the second, let's see. The second is like one of those like novelty shrunken heads.
Oh, I want that.
I throw it at Airbeer.
It's very ugly. Very ugly.
Does it look realistic?
Yeah.
No, thank you. And I give it to Magnus.
I take it.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
Guess we're going to Riki's house.
What time is it now?
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna-
gotta
we're
keep
gonna-
track.
Probably
We're
it's in
I feel like I've been walking for a while.
like 1 in the afternoon. So you guys would be pushing time to make it there and back. You can also come like at this point, I think that you
We're-
guys are feeling a little bit of pressure to do something from
we're gonna get stuck in Riki's house, and that's gonna be the creepiest thing in the world.
So you can wait another night in safety, or you can go there and risk not being able to get back in time.
I don't think we should risk it, but you guys,
But we-
do we want to like find a good spot and wait outside tonight and see what happens?
But we're still searching for Bess in the park here, guys. So
Yeah, we're definitely investing into the park at this point. I think
yes, yeah.
I do like Magnus's idea where I could use my duplicate self to bait out these creatures, and then
See
we
what
can
happens.
Kick their ass.
I don't
I
really
think-
want to let them sit another night and have more people die.
So here's my thought. And with
A trap.
yeah, but what I'm thinking with this trap is we can do what we were talking about earlier, right? Having the duplicate self. You know, I could do that as well, and but we need to have a safe base of operations if we're going to do that. Obviously, they're attacking the outskirts, which is going to be our best shot. And with the thing with that, can when this fog rolls in, can anybody manipulate water?
I can.
You have that ability?
Yeah, I think I do. I don't think it's like
You'd
a
have
large
to-
amount of water, but
You'd have to spend a long rest preparing that spell, though.
let me see if I have it actually prepped.
So here, and I flick a red coin over to Airbeer, and it has an A on it. And I said, okay,
I think
You can
yours is
now-
purple, isn't it?
or sorry, purple. Mine's red. It's amethyst, and I flick her Airbeer a coin. I said, well, now you can shape water, and you get to do this once.
What
Once
is
a day.
that? What is this, Magnus?
And I like start reaching for the coin.
I pat her on the head, and I flick Poofers a topaz coin with a big key on it. And I said, I really hope we're not going to need this, but and you can only use this on me, it only works on me, but if I go down, you can stop me from dying.
Like down, like dying down, or just
like
unconscious?
stop, like spare the dying kind of skill that's going to stop me from dying.
And I,
again,
like,
you
tuck
get to
it
use
really
it once
close.
a day.
Once a day?
Once a day.
Wait,
Magnus has been busy with these interesting
what
little items.
are these?
I
And
flick-
When did you get
I flick
them?
another one. I flick another one to Troy, and nice. And I say, all right, since you're always running and hiding anyway, here, and you get to now mold. You can now mold Earth once a day, and make a giant hole if you need.
Does that make you the avatar?
And then finally, Barry, since you can do everything else already, just for fun, I thought we could make some fun illusions for us. So I flick in that is Sapphire 1. with a big B on it, and it's minor illusion, so you can use that once a day.
Nice.
I said, look, I've been busy doing a lot of stuff, and I figure since we're probably gonna die tonight trying to stop these stupid beasts, might as well give you guys these now. And don't worry about where I found them. One of the
Don't worry about it.
And my only thought is, if we do run this little play where we're gonna try to trap them out, what I'm thinking is we cause our illusions to go out there, make noise, do whatever we need with thaumaturgy, making them manipulate our other selves. Erebir can shape water and freeze the fog if they get attacked, and Troy and I can now mold earth and then encase them in the ground and trapping them, so we can now start taking care of some of these and hopefully catch one for the night.
So if you duplicate, I can cast spells from it. So I can fight them head on.
Cast spells from it.
Mm-hmm. So I could also.
What my thought being, we don't need to stop them all tonight, but if we can catch one and hold it,
Or kill one and have its body.
Or kill one and just go from there. But if we can stop one, because he kept saying they disappear back into the fog, but if we can hold it, we can actually figure out what the hell's going on.
So, not to complicate this any further, but if we do kill one, are we killing one of the townsfolk that have turned into it? Is there any chance that they may turn back?
If there is, I don't think it. I'm thinking greater good here. There's only one way to find out.
Okay.
This is really cool, Magnus. I still want to know where you got these, but I'll take it for now.
No, just so you guys are all clear, Erebir's is amethyst and can shape water. Poofer's is topaz and has the skill Spare the Dying. Troy's is emerald, and all these have your initial or your MAPT on it. Troy's is emerald and can use mold earth, and Barry's is sapphire with minor illusion. And again, you can cast this spell once a day.
Spare the dying I can only use on you, or can use on anybody?
No, you can use on anybody, but I told you can only use it on me.
Okay, then that will be part of my character will think that.
Nice.
So hopefully Magnus is there when one of us takes a dirt nap, and he tells Poofers she can use the damn coin.
So, where do we want to set up this trap? If it's the outskirts, do we here's the thing. Do we really want to use Mary's house as bait?
No. It would be
what-
kind of nice if we could find an abandoned house with maybe a cellar, so that we can retreat down and
I
the door.
think that the place we were
Ricky's
probably
I
walking
guarantee
towards,
Ricky's house has a torture
Ricky's
chamber.
house. Yes.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all used and bloody and
And-
stuff.
Cannibally.
Also
I'm
on the
thinking-
outskirts of town, which they seem to apparently frequent first.
And if we
And it also has
continue
a
to put
basement.
but if we get Barry to cast the food and water and we get a lot more of that, it's just any lure, smells, sounds, lights, anything we can do to possibly bring them in.
And if we are on the
might be
outskirts, we
call.
prevent them from getting somebody on the inskirts.
I think
Exactly.
it's perfect.
The inskirts.
The inskirts of town.
You guys
Maybe it should be
can.
the in shorts.
So, this is my thought. Anybody have any others? Any naysayers?
No, I think this is a good plan.
Capture, kill one.
Erebir's talking, but
I'm
I
ready to
can't.
go.
Yeah, you muted every.
Oh, sorry, Avery.
I was just gonna say, I also have the ability to make a ring of fire, a 20-foot high wall, a foot thick of fire that I can put the heat on the inside or the outside. So, just
That
in-
will probably come in handy.
Outskirts are the in shorts.
It's never fun to fall into the ring of fire.
I'm psyched. Let's go mold some earth.
All right.
Let's go die, guys.
Right?
Here we go.
The nice thing about that, Troy, is you can mold a hole and just start shooting from the hole and get your cover.
So you guys are
Yes.
making
Or
your
build a
way.
wall.
You guys are making your way towards Riki's house, correct?
Yes.
And you plan to use that as a base, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just move some tokens around. All right.
Uh-oh. She was moving tokens around?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, you go out there. The sun is heading towards the horizon. You have about an hour and a half until it'll start to get dark. The house is really nondescript. It has been sort of like fenced off as like, don't go in here, in danger. And you just
Poofers, if you'd like to kick that door.
I'll kick this
It's
door.
prime. It's prime for the kicking.
Kick the door.
you kick the door, and it shatters open. It knocks the door off. No, you can have the door. I'll give you the door. You kick the door open. It was unlocked anyways. All of the furniture has been stripped from this place. It's just a one-story simple house, like one bedroom, pretty small, just like a peasant's little cottage. But there is a basement downstairs with like a trapdoor and a ladder leading down.
We should probably check the trapdoor.
Yeah, let's go check and make sure that this is safe to fall back to if we need to.
Throw open the trapdoor, climb down the ladder. There's a dark basement down there, pretty big actually, a little bit bigger than the house. It smells very metallic in here. It has also been cleared of everything. There's nothing in here.
Is there any
Metallic
light?
like blood.
Yes, the dirt floor looks like it has been sort of not scrubbed, but you know, like they like threw more dirt down and kind of spread out to get rid of the stains and everything like that. There are clearly marks on the walls where like, I don't know, some devices might have been strapped or something like that. You know, like it looks like it was pried off the walls.
Like,
It smells terrible down here. Feels very cold and menacing.
Hey, can one of you guys detect magic in here?
yeah, I could do that.
You cast detect magic, and there is really nothing in here.
Nope.
Nothing in the house, huh?
Nope.
One story or two story?
One story
story.
plus a basement.
One story in the basement. Is there only one way in and out of the basement?
Yes, just the one.
I vote we start upstairs and then only fall back into the basement if we have to.
I agree. I'm also thinking we should start preparing, not necessarily traps, but some things around this house. How do we want to try to lure these things to us specifically? Like, are we gonna have to make some noise and some whatever?
I can, I mean, I can use, I don't know if they're attracted to food or not, more than live creatures, but I could create a large amount of fish near my duplicate.
Just do smells or something like that, maybe.
I'm a real
and
good
then-
yeller. I can yell.
Alright. Well, the goal is to get the duplicate to attract them, not one of us.
Foiled again.
So-
Nobody ever lets me yell.
And then how? So other than hopefully freezing them and or restraining them within the earth, I assume there's going to be a lot of them, which is what it sounds
We
like.
need to fight with our backs to something solid so we can't get surrounded.
And they appear and reappear into the fog from what the hunter was saying. So we're gonna have to find a way to clear the fog, which seemed pretty tough to do, or find another way to do that. Maybe from the actual top of the roof. I mean, it's gonna be a full. I'm assuming the fog is fully socked in deep enough where we can't go above it. So we're gonna have to find a way to either manipulate the fog or manipulate the people coming in and out of it.
If a large
Any
amount of
thoughts?
fire will
Is there
push away
chimney?
the fog.
So
Did you
then
see
No.
that with the fire in
the
the
mayor
camp?
had said
No.
that they had tried bonfires and it didn't do anything.
Yeah,
It didn't
and
attract
from what
them
we
or
saw at our camp, well,
Is
we
there-
noticed the same thing.
Is there a
Hmm.
chimney here?
Um,
Now there is.
Yes.
And is it
I
large
don't-
enough for
I don't
someone
think there
to
would
fit
be.
in?
Okay, Santa. I'm gonna
Oh
say
God,
that,
they're evil reindeer.
I'm gonna say that there is no chimney because this is a peasant's cottage.
Hmm.
I feel like a peasant would need warmth, would need a fire.
But you're still kind of far south, so.
Okay.
Crud, I had something important to ask and I forgot what it was.
Okay.
So then we want to have our distraction and then we want to be like back by this house and then wait for the things to attack and try and trap or kill one.
I mean, I think that's the idea. I just want to make sure that we can deal with the entire horde that we're going to assume comes. Prepare for giant waves, but I think it would be really smart of us if we can take one alive.
Right, so we'll try and take one alive. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but we're going to do our best, yeah.
Right. Now, how are we going to stop the entire hordes coming in, especially if they're going in and out of the fog? Because if they can shift in the fog and basically disappear into it.
Maybe if we have one secured, we just drag it into the basement and call it quits, try and defend it ourselves until morning.
I'm down with that.
How long, Aravir, does your firewall last?
That's a good question.
I'm guessing not all night. But
While you look
I'm
that up, I
curious.
remembered my question. Tempe, can you cast any magic right now?
He pulls out your journal and writes down that he can cast, but it won't be as potent.
Okay.
What if I give him a big Biren hug? A big Biren bear hug.
A pile on top of it.
No, that it's the entire ambiance of the town is like.
I was hoping it was kind of like the Grinch, where his heart got 3 sizes bigger that day. No.
It
No.
requires concentration. I think only like a minute.
Which spell is this?
Wall of fire.
Concentration 1 minute. Visual and somatic. 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. Okay. What do you guys want to do? You gotta
I
make
think
a
it's
plan. We
time.
gotta get rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that plan.
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna have my duplicate hang out there in the open.
Well, where are
And-
you guys? Are you inside, outside the house?
I think we should be outside the house, but kind of like really close to it, so nobody can sneak up behind us. And then the duplicate's
also-
out in front of us. We wait.
Yeah,
I
and
also think we fortify the windows.
have firewall at the ready and bury that other little bubble you have.
Yeah. Magic circle.
Yeah, magic circle, firewall, whatever we can do to retreat into the basement.
And I can, and I know some of us can move quick, so I mean, I can Misty Step. I know Aravir can, Barry can. We can get quick.
Dimension door.
And Dimension
we got a
Door,
bunch of stuff.
we can go to where we need to go if it comes down to it.
And we're calling the
Um,
basement our failsafe.
Can I know
I think we're calling
which...
the basement the Alamo.
Magnus
Okay.
is using mirror image, right?
I'm not.
I
Barry
think it's
is.
Baron.
I'm using duplicate self. Mirror image is
Oh.
like
Mirror
It's
it's
image
the one where
is-
they're next to each other
I
and
thought
it's hard to
Magnus had
hit
a
you.
duplicate too. That's why I was trying to figure out what he was using.
Gotcha.
You're using
I don't
Evoke
know.
Duplicity.
No, I just
so,
have mirror image.
within 120 feet of yourself. I'm just double checking this spell. Perfect illusion, an occupied space that you can see within 30 feet of you. As a bonus action on your move, you can move the illusion up to 30 feet to a space you can see, but remain within 120 feet of you. Okay. So this night, you guys situate yourself right outside the house, and kind of it's like a little bit of an L-shaped house, sort of, very small. Put your backs up against the front wall and wait for the fog to roll in. Night comes and the chill comes with it. You feel very not at ease. It's incredibly creepy to be undergoing this experience.
Russ is out. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Night rolls around, and then you see the very edges of the mist start to approach from the outskirts of town. Because you are on the edge, you guys become enveloped by fog fairly fast. And it is not long before you are entirely encompassed by mist.
Oh boy.
Your vision is severely restricted here. This house behind you is Riki's house. Viren, with your duplicate, it does require you have vision of the spot you want to send it to. So I will allow you to have placed it already, but you can't move it unless it's somewhere you can see.
Okay. Well, what I can do is I can do what I did prior, which is can I huck out a couple I'm assuming since this is kind of like a ruined area, there's probably some larger rocks. I can use my cantrip to illuminate them, use them as like little flares.
Yes, but the fog here is much more intense than it was in the camp.
Gotcha.
You huck out a rock like 5 feet and you can barely see it.
Gotcha. Do we have like any kind of flare type kind of stuff? Like,
And as before with the light, the moment you light that rock, you all have dark vision, by the way, so you can see within a few feet of you. With that rock, it seems like this mist is just eating up the light.
Right. So so light might be out then. But how far can we see with our dark vision?
Just
with
your
just 5
tokens
feet
right now is what you can see.
Wow. Brutal. Okay, that's not good.
We gotta stay together when we fight.
Just all of us put our backs to each other here.
Damn.
Fight outward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you switch me and Erebir?
Yeah.
I don't even see Erebir.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can't see Magnus.
Mhm.
I see all of you except Tempe.
He's next to Magnus. Okay. As I said, the mist rolls in and slowly but surely envelops all of you. Look down at your clocks that don't tell time properly. Figure it's about 9 p.m. when the sense of unease becomes much, much more significant.
Can I cast Pass Without a Trace on us so that our stealth is plus 10?
Sure. Okay, that's active. Yeah, you feel extremely uneasy. It is very uncomfortable, very creepy to be out here. And let's see. Yeah, about 9 p.m. rolls around, and all of you here. Can you see this ping, by the way, on the map? It's in the top right corner.
Nope.
No.
That's most unfortunate.
We can see your cursor though if you just want to move your cursor.
put your
Okay, you can like
cursor.
move your cursor. Okay, you can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Over in that direction, you hear a scream, just of terror, not of or anything else. And you're pretty sure this side of town is fairly empty, but you hear a scream from that direction.
Can I ask Erebir to light one of my arrows on fire?
I light it.
Okay.
DM, I just like to shoot it in that direction, maybe above what I consider like head level, just so I'm not hitting something, but hope to see a quick path
No
of
random
light.
headshots.
Yeah,
No
so
random
it,
headshots. But
it hits about 10 feet. It gets about 10 feet away from you and disappears. You can't see it at all.
You guys, there was nobody in this part of town, right?
I think it was
I don't
pretty
think
empty
so.
when
What?
we did our walk.
desolate.
What if it's them
Baiting us?
baiting us?
Can
So compared to when we heard those people dying for 5 minutes,
Does
This
it?
was-
this
sound
is very
like-
short.
Yes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it was not a pretty.
good solid 5 minutes.
What if that's the sound that they make?
What if we
That's
just
just
decided
like
to
the
go with
sound.
giant ball of fire now and screw it?
So much for
You know
trying to
what?
capture one
Magnus,
and
We can
Guys,
capture one.
subdue.
Magnus is like always saying, "I told you so."
I'm just saying. You know what? They dim down fire, but a 60-foot wall of fire, I'm guessing, gives off enough light for us to
I
see
can
something.
put it around us, but we won't be able to see through it.
No, make a giant straight line.
Can
You can cast it out, what, 20, 30, 80 feet?
Oh wait, can we fireball?
No, we cannot fireball. We have wall of fire.
can
I can make
Does
it
it see-
100 or 240 feet out.
And a
The
60.
fog won't show fire 10 feet out, right? It just gets
Yeah, it,
consumed.
But
But-
a 60-foot wall of
just
fire?
for clarification, if you keep following the wall, your vision will continue though. As in, like, the fire doesn't go away. It's just so dark that you can't see beyond 10 feet.
Correct. Well, it's really like 5 feet right now, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking, what if I were to go invisible and go check it out?
Oh,
I can go
Yeah, yeah.
invisible also.
I
the
don't
and
think
go with
that
you.
splitting up is a
right
good
now.
idea.
I think you should split up.
I don't think
I'm
we
just-
should do that.
I'm just gonna.
I
go
don't
take
think
a
when
look.
the GM
I
gets
can go
excited, we
invisible.
want to
Do
split
you know
the
how
party.
close
It's
you're
a
gonna
good
have to be to see anything? You're gonna have to be 5 feet from it, and you don't know if it can see you.
What if I just light one of the stones, throw it there, and then I have a little extra vision?
You don't have extra vision with
Sure.
fire.
What if
Light does not work effectively.
I can mage hand pick up one of those stones, be invisible, and walk with it in front of me, and it can float.
Again, light just doesn't work.
I
Like,
think
light
we
is
should
not
just-
gonna
Alright.
do
I
anything.
think we should just
lights out
wait.
the window. Apparently, we tried with the light. Light is not working.
I mean, like I've said it like 10 times. Like light is
Yeah.
not effective here.
We're trying to not die, DM.
I know. It's just
We
funny.
want it to be effective.
Guys,
Yes.
that scream did not plant. They
We are-
torture their victims. That was not a
Besting in
person.
the park. Yeah, but there are no victims around here, though. What would they have victimized here?
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a victim.
That's probably
It's
bait.
a trap. They're trying
I
to
think we
lure
should
us
stay
out.
here. They want us to split up. I don't think you guys should go.
What if we just move like in Scooby Doo as one collective group towards?
Yeah, all of
Over-
our backs together in a
Over-
circle.
In this direction, you hear someone say, "Please help me! Oh God!"
Oh my god.
So it's coming from behind the house. Does it sound like it's within the house?
No, it's not within the house. It is outside the house.
Guys, I don't think we should move. I think they're trying to drag us places, and we have a good position here right now.
All right. Well, I know we're baiting ourselves here, but there was supposed to be nobody around us before because we checked it out, and
How
well,
confident are you guys that this isn't somebody else as I notch an arrow?
well, nobody else
I'm
is
like
dumb enough to get out of the
90%
wall.
confident.
Yeah, nobody else.
Can I use my perception to determine if it's authentic or not?
Can roll insight.
Or
Because
if we
I
hear
will
any
fire
like crashing or anything,
towards
like
that
a
sound.
door being destroyed or anything like that,
No, it is just the voices.
nobody's gonna be outside.
Okay, can I fire this arrow?
Yeah, start shooting.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start shooting at these sounds if everybody's cool with it.
Viren, with a 15 insight, it is like there should be no one out here. And it is completely random, these noises that are being made. Not random, but like out of place.
All right, Troy.
What are those?
I want
in
if
the
you
hu-
hear
what are
the-
those? What are those Hunger Game birds that the mimicry birds that like
Yeah,
make the sound? Yeah,
the mocking
Over
jets.
here,
that's
I-
totally what's
Troy.
going on right now.
Troy, Troy, next time you hear a sound and it's within our range, not going into the
house.
I want headshots.
Okay.
Okay. Over here in this area, you
Oh.
hear a sort of throaty, cackling laughter.
I
and-
fire at it.
He Legolas's it.
Okay, roll at disadvantage, please. You're
Alright.
firing blind, so
That's fine. So I'll just roll twice, I guess.
yeah.
Did that go twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a 15 to hit on the second one. You fire off and don't hear anything, but that laughter starts again right after you shoot your arrow. So let's go ahead and have everyone roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Air beer. How
Finally
are, oh,
good
it's Troy.
initiative roll.
Nice.
Oh, somebody got a 20.
Okay,
Troy.
20 plus.
That was Troy.
Okay, 15 to 20.
Airveer. 18.
15. Magnus
You got an
15.
18.
Yeah.
Airbeer and Pooper's got 18s.
Oh, can you guys roll off?
She can have it.
Okay.
All right.
Agnes and Baron, what did you get?
15.
I got 10.
Tempest rolled very low. Okay. So with that, we're beginning. Let's go. So, Trey, you get to go
Backs
first.
together, everyone. Okay. I'm gonna go for the spot that we last heard the cackling sound, and I'm gonna just fire again 2 consecutive arrows as close to what I can dictate as the source of the sound. I'm gonna go
Okay.
slightly lower than what I think head level might be, so what I'd consider maybe chest level.
All right, you still have to roll at disadvantage because you're firing into blank
So-
nothingness.
So 4 times, I guess. Or
Sure, it's easiest
okay.
for you. You can. There's like an advantage disadvantage roll on Foundry also,
I'm not that smart, but I'll just keep
or on
rolling.
D&D Beyond. I meant.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. So we had a 30, a 16, a 13, and a 27. So it's going to be a 16 and a 13.
Well, but wouldn't it be the 30 and the 6? Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you shoot off. You hear no like growl of pain or anything like that. Poofers.
Okay. And it was to like the bottom left of us, right?
The last one you heard was over here. In this area.
Okay, I'm going to slide. I'm going to slide around Troy to there. And I'm going to use my sword. First, I'm going to scrape up it with my claws to activate my Blood Hunter's cool stuff.
Red Hunter.
And then I'm going to swing it and throw a blade of fire in the general direction.
Okay. It's also a disadvantage.
See how I attack with this. It's something different. Alter 15 feet away for 2d6 fire damage. Okay.
Erebir, you're on deck. Uh, 13 and
25.
13 and 25.
Oh, I rolled one extra one.
Yeah, okay. 13 and
Okay.
25. So you fire off in this direction. And you, on your second strike, hear a mild hiss of like something it is made contact with something.
All right.
So you
I
can
rolled very, low damage, so that's 8 damage.
Okay. Eravir, your turn.
I would like to throw a chromatic orb of fire out in the same direction that Poofers just hit.
Okay. Let's see. So you can't see exactly where she made contact or anything like that. We can put it like this way, maybe. If you're just doing your best.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna put it on top of Magnus. That sounds fair to me. You probably can't see it, but I laid it right here. Is that okay with you?
Oh, okay.
Because you have allies in the way, that's the direction Poofers hit in. Are you putting the damaging part on the left or the right?
What do you mean?
I think with Wall of Fire, only one side.
No, a chromatic orb of fire.
Chromatic Orb of Fire.
Yes, chromatic orb.
Ah, okay. Can you roll at disadvantage then?
Sure.
My mistake. First was a 25, and second was a 12. So you shoot off a chromatic orb. No sound made, no point of contact, it seems like. It's now our friend's turn to go. Ooh, this will be fun. Okay. So, Poofers, you are kind of like watching all around you, trying to keep a sharp eye out. When suddenly appearing basically out of the mist, out of thin air right next to you, is this creature that I'll send a picture of in our context channel. Very similar to the drawing that you received. But it is this hulking creature, at least 10 feet tall. And it is galloping towards you on all 4 feet, and it attempts to go ahead and pounce you.
Okay.
So this is going to be a 24 to hit.
That does hit me, yes.
For a total of 17 slashing damage as it is like rending at you. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
I don't know why it rolls with advantage, but that would be 27.
Okay. So it looks like this creature sprints up towards you. It looks like it attempts to, like, it pounces you and starts running at you, but you're able to keep your feet, and then it sort of like breathes this like toxic, fumey exhale, and looks like it wants to, try and do something more, but it's off put by your unexpected strength, and it withdraws back into the
I would like to hellish rebuke as it's drawing back. I point my sword at it. It's a Dex 14 save.
Okay. That comes out to a 17 on the save.
So I think he takes 6.
6 damage. Okay. Now, this time, Magnus, you see this creature rush up towards you. And one rushes up towards Tempest, and one rushes up towards Eravir. And almost in perfect unison, they all charge at you with these same attacks and try and tackle and rend at you. Against Magnus was a natural 20, against Tempest was a 24, and against Eravir was a 16. Does that hit you, Eravir?
No, it does not.
Okay. So you're able to sort of dance out of the way as this creature tries to tear at you, and avoid that damage, and then it also attempts to successfully slinks back into the shadows. Against Magnus with that nat 20 on my part, I'm going to need a strength saving throw from you, but that's going to be 23 slashing damage. And then against Tempest is going to be 22 slashing damage. Did not hit you very hard with that crit.
I want to as a reaction, I'm gonna uncanny dodge it. Or can I do that when they're coming from the shadows?
Let's see. I think it's on any attack roll. So.
Right. I think it's more like homebrewed.
Use
Like,
your reaction to have the damage against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So you can have the damage down to 11, I think. But you did fail that strength saving throw. So this creature drags you away with it.
Oh. Shh. Guys.
God, just being dragged into the darkness like out of a horror movie.
Oh,
Oh,
my God. There-
Magnus, it's actually your turn. You are currently knocked prone as you're being dragged into the shadows by this, or into the mist by this creature.
Can I, if I am restrained, would I have the ability to like cast like Misty Step away or teleport myself away if I'm currently grappled?
It depends if there's a somatic component to Misty Step, which there's not. You can Misty Step away, but you have to be able to see the spot you're teleporting to.
Oh, so I can't really do that then. Okay, how about this then?
I mean, you
want-
could use it to get out and then run.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. Can I cast where?
Sorry,
trying to figure out where I am.
I didn't pull you far enough.
Okay. One, I'm guessing I can still hear my party. I'm assuming, right? Like it's not muffling the sound.
You hear them in this general direction.
Okay. Then can I cast mold earth around the creature pulling me away to like basically restrain him into the earth?
Mold earth, somatic components. So you have to use your hands and stuff while you're restrained, which you can't do.
Okay.
Well,
Alright,
I mean, couldn't he, in order, he could Misty Step himself away from being grappled on the ground or like being pulled on the ground, and then try and hold it in place?
Here's how mold earth works. So yes, he can Misty Step to free himself, but mold earth is a cantrip. If it's loose earth, which it isn't, you can instantly excavate it. If it's dirt or stone, which is what it is, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. You cannot just like trap a creature in stone. That is only a cantrip.
Okay. Well then, why don't? Gosh, now I'm getting dragged. Why don't? I mean, I'm gonna have to Misty Step or fight him with a strength save, right? Like those are my only two options to be able to
Correct.
get out of his hands. Then you know what? I'm going to try to Misty Step. I'm gonna Misty Step away from him. I guess 1 square because that's all I can see. Or can I Misty Step towards the sound?
You can Misty Step toward the sound, but you have to be able to see the spot, so it's only like 5 feet that direction.
Okay. Well then I'll Misty Step away.
Okay.
And then I will run towards the sound that I'm hearing.
Okay, move your token.
Okay, there's 1, 2. Hey, and then I run it. I probably crash into Tempest
Okay, you crash
because
into him.
I'm gonna be honest. Like that's probably what happens because I'm probably dead sprinting.
You guys knock yourselves prone.
Okay.
I yell at the group, okay, they're gonna try and drag us away. Try and hold on to something or root yourself.
And then I want to crawl back to my 1 little square where I am.
Okay. Still have an action technically.
Well, Misty Step was my
It's
action.
a bonus
The
action.
bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action. I'm sorry.
So you could have Misty Stepped, attacked, and then ran if you wanted to, but then you can't disengage, so it would get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah. So, okay. How about this? So I Misty Stepped away. I ran, and then actually, you know what? Could I?
Bjorn, you're on deck, by the way.
Can I Misty when I and my initial Misty Step? After I Misty Step, can I use? Actually, before I can't replay it because we've already gone so far. But I want to try to use Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him. I probably would have tried to do that prior to Misty Stepping, but my hands were restrained anyway with components. So I would have to Misty Step and
You'd
then
have to
use the
Misty
Hideous
Step,
Slash.
cast it,
Yes.
and then.
Yes. Which is a 15 Wisdom save.
Yeah. Let me double check something.
Because it doesn't say like I was just concerned about because it's kind of a creature. It's not like a human.
I was looking up what this spell qualified as. What was the save?
It's a Wisdom 15.
Okay. It did fail to save. So you guys do hear some sort of like cackling in this direction. And you are able to run then without taking an attack of opportunity.
Okay. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Brings us to Viren's turn.
Cool. Obviously there's a lot of struggling going on over here, as I can imagine. So I'm gonna, let's see here. Just excuse me, pardon me, coming through. I'm gonna start moving towards it.
Okay,
think I moved-
it's in this direction.
Okay. I moved 20 feet, 25 feet. Let's go like here. And I am going to go invisible with
Okay.
my bonus action. And I am going to prep a spell.
Get it ready in action.
Yeah, sorry, ready in action.
Okay. It's Tempest's turn. Is Magnus severely injured yet?
No, I only took 11 damage, so I'm good.
He's gonna go ahead and. Ooh, that spell doesn't work here. Sucks. He'll throw up an aura of vitality, meaning if you're within 30 feet of him, which I can tell you whether you are or not, on your turn, you can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points. Well, he may as well heal Magnus then for 7 hit points. And he will also give Bardic Inspiration to Poopers. It's a d8 right now.
That's on any d20 roll, right?
Correct.
One.
That brings us back to Troy.
Okay. Hear me out, DM. I have on me. I have 50 feet of rope. Can I somehow like pass it around or give a portion of it to everybody so we can kind of have some? I'm not sure the mechanic of this. I mean,
Tie
the
ourselves
right
together.
kind of. Yeah, that's the idea, I guess. Encircle us in this rope so that if one of us gets dragged, we're kind of anchored by the others.
Or it's so strong it drags all of us, and then we're still happy.
Okay, well then we're
But
still
we're
together.
together.
Yeah, is that something you'll allow? Basically, connect us all with this rope.
Yeah,
I
you
have.
can use your action and movement to try and pass the rope around the 5 of you.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Unless somebody's opposed, I'm just gonna quickly say, "Hey, rope guys, is that everybody good?"
That's fine.
Okay.
Hoovers.
I'm gonna ready an action for when one comes into range of me.
Okay.
I feel like we're all going into that from the what was it? The Star Wars movie, the blind guy. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. That's what
Okay.
we're all doing. Yeah.
We're going for it. Stupid hydration reminder keeps flashing at me. I don't want water. Okay. Eravir, it's your turn actually.
I would also like to ready an action. I would like to ready a ring of fire around us. When they get close.
And what spell is this?
Wall of fire, but can be used as a ring.
Okay.
And obviously the fire pain part is out, not in.
When the wall appears, each creature dexterity saving throw. Oh, or ringed wall. Okay. Up to 20 feet in diameter. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay. This is 5, 10, 15. That is gonna be a tight square or a tight circle.
Well, we're all tied together, so we're like have to stay like a tight circle. So
Yeah. All right. First things first. You hear from let's see, this direction over here. You hear Biren yelling. Oh God! It's got me! It's dragging away! God help!
Guys, it might not be Baron.
I yell
Okay.
back, Barry, where are you?
I'm over here! Help!
Barry! I don't think that's Barry.
It's not that he is completely indiscernible.
No, you know what? Can I,
I'd like to telepathic message
It's
everyone.
not your turn.
Oh,
Can't do
damn
that.
it!
Baron can yell though. You can yell at us.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna say a quick sync, and it's fate in English.
You hear, also in Oldish over here. Don't listen! That one's a mimic! It's not perfect yet, it can only speak a few words!
This is terrifying, guys.
We would probably.
I don't think we would because we recognized that it was fake before.
Yeah.
Baron.
I mean, I started firing
Well,
at it
and
before
we're
you
tied
rolled
together.
initiative.
We would feel it on the rope. I feel.
Baron's
No,
not
Barry's not.
Baron's
though.
not tied.
He's the only one that's not on the rope.
Okay.
Hmm.
No. You know what I do? I touch Wardicom and I go,
That doesn't give them a location for you though.
no, but it's saying I'm
it's-
okay.
Is it, or is it saying I need help?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my
it's
god! It sounds
clearly-
like he's fighting him, and his watercock keeps getting activated.
Guys, I think we're gonna have to stick. We can't find Barry in this anyway. We're gonna have to stick to the plan.
Hey,
Okay.
speaking of the plan, doesn't Barry have a duplicate somewhere?
Yeah, you can't see where it is.
And we don't know what
Or
happened to
can
it,
he move it? Yeah,
so it's just there.
potentially. Or they destroyed it.
You can't destroy the duplicate, but
Or they
it's
can
not
see
very
it's
useful
not
right
real.
now. Yeah.
Okay, fun. Hey Baron, you see something? You're gonna get hit. And yes, I know you're invisible. I know.
Okay.
That is a 27 to hit you.
By the way, my reaction spell was that my shot glasses turn on when we're in proximity.
Okay. The wisdom save is a 10 then, so he'll take damage from that. If you want to roll that.
3d8.
Yeah.
So
Attaboy.
the first attack is going to be that 20 something that I said for 17 piercing damage, and then he gets 2 more attacks.
Ouchie. That 3d8. I can find. the
Uh-oh,
dang
SpaghettiOs!
Man, that was not a lot of damage. 13.
Okay.
And that does have his movement though.
Okay. Did you see what I posted in our context channel? Because it's not pretty for you.
You rolled
Double
double
nat
nat 20s.
Oh no!
Okay,
Bum 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 bum.
that's fine.
This is gonna be 56 damage.
That's exactly the amount that I needed to go down, but I have my tattoo, which raises me back to 1.
Okay. So you are back up at 1 HP, and this creature is looming over you. Blood, like dark blood, just dripping from it. Your blood specifically. Let's see. That's one of them going. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Poofer gets ready for action.
Yes.
These all move at the same time, so I'm going to move all of them, and then you can trigger yours. 4, 2. Whoops. Okay.
Okay, so I looked it up, and my extra attack allows me to grapple, so I'm going to attack once and then attempt to grapple on the second one.
You are tied to your friends.
Yeah, but the thing's like right there. I'm just going to try and hug its legs together, basically, so it can't move.
Okay. It will. So you can go ahead.
As
and
a
roll the
bonus
attack.
action, Oh wait, it's not my turn.
You did ready the action, so a grapple counts as one of your attacks. So you can do a normal
Yeah.
attack and then grapple it, and it makes a strength save to contest your grapple.
Okay.
Or it's a strength contest for the grapple.
Okay, so the first one is an attempt to hit with 14, and the second one's an attempt to grapple with an 11.
Okay. Neither of those succeed actually. It rolled an 18 on its strength contest.
Ooh, hold on. I want to use my 1d8. Oh no, wait, he rolled an 18. That's kind of cheating. I'll use my 1d8 on my hit then.
Okay.
So that goes up
Right.
to a 19.
You do slash it then. So you can roll damage.
24 damage.
Excellent. And it lets out a yell of roar and then is going to retaliate. Erebir, you can throw up your wall of fire. This is going to be a pretty tight squeeze. It's a 20-foot radius, it said? Or 10-foot radius?
At 20.
Or is it 20-foot diameter? 20 feet diameter, so 10-foot radius. So let's see, centered on you. Oh, that just barely gets everyone in. We'll put it like right here. Okay. So that throws up as they're running through it, so I'll have them take damage from that. I think they make a save. Dexterity saving throw. So they'll each make a dex save or take the damage. 2 of them failed, 1 of them definitely succeeded. And then, as you're rolling that damage, I'm going to make our attacks. My attacks. Poofers, 3 attacks against you is a 23, and then the other 2 definitely miss.
Those are physical damage, right?
Yeah, so this is going to be 25 damage against you. You raged, so that should be halved down to 12.
Okay.
28 damage to each of them. Ouch. Okay. 2, 1. And then 28 here. Okay. They're all still up. One of them looks pretty hurt. Against Erebir, making 3 attacks. It charges at you with its jaws. You dodge out of the way. Then it comes at you with one hand. Its claws hits you with a 26, and then the other one also misses. As it comes around with its other hand. So this is going to be 22 slashing damage against you. And then finally against Troy, again, it's going at you with, what's your AC?
16.
Okay, it comes at you with its jaws again, and you're able to step out of the way, but it hits you with both of its rending claws. So that is
I
going
can
to
see
be-
him get hurt, so I'm going to reduce his damage on one of those.
Okay, it will be 29 damage minus whatever she says.
Minus 3.
26
My
damage to
D6
you.
rolls are terrible.
Say, I stepped out for just a second. I didn't get hit before this, right? This was...
No, you did not. This is your first
Okay.
one.
Copy. Thank you. Okay.
Anything else they can do right now?
Thanks,
Oh.
Poopers.
Who was the... I think this is the first creature I hit while raging, so this particular one has disadvantage attacking everybody but me.
Okay. Ooh. I gotta double check that feature, but I'll do that next turn. It's okay. Magnus, it's your turn.
All right. There we go. Okay. So after seeing a giant wall of fire around us, and then I can see the creature that is next to Poofers. And does Poofers have that one restrained?
You can. No,
I
she
missed
does
my
not.
grapple.
You can only see what your character can see right now. So if I click on your token, I can see Tempest, Poofers,
Oh,
Troy,
I'm sorry. I
and
was
Erebir.
clicking. Yeah, I was on the wrong token. Sorry. Okay. So, I would. Let's see. And the door of our cabin is like right there, right?
You can pull
Okay.
everyone in if you really want to.
Okay,
Try
and then we're all attached to a rope other than Barry, who's far away. Okay. What I want to do is with I want to move in front of Tempest because since he can't really cast, or since he can't really do much, I want to stay in the fire though.
Troy, I'm gonna leave this to you. How tight did you tie that rope? Because if he's trying to shift the entire circle, then everyone has to shift.
Or we got
It
50
was
feet.
it's 50 feet of rope, and I sorry, I should have clarified. I didn't want it like super. I want them to have enough, like, because I know that not everybody's arranged. So like for the melee, I wanted them to have a little bit of slack so they can. It's just to keep us from being dragged the hell away.
Okay.
basically.
Okay. So,
there's
it's like a rope you
slack
can
in-
grab onto if you get dragged.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. In this square right here, are we counting me still in the fire? Like, can I still
Yeah,
be
you're
on
fine.
our side? Okay. So from moving past Tempest, I want to see the creature that Hoofers is fighting, and actually I want to take that rope, and actually I want to take the rope and see if I can restrain him with it, like hog tie him
With
basically.
an improvised weapon, so let's make an attack roll with your dex modifier, but no proficiency.
Okay. So
This is also a very large creature, so it's going to be like a hard action to do.
Okay. You know what? I would probably tackle him first to restrain him down,
Okay,
and
that's
then try to. I mean, because I'm not going to be able to throw random rope around him without him on the ground.
So a grapple is an attack with your strength. It's going to be a strength contest between this creature and you.
Okay. So I'm going to try to do that
Okay.
with a 16.
Okay, he rolled a 19, so you try and tackle him and he just kind of shrugs you off.
Okay, and then I want to, as a bonus action, can I like significantly wrap my arm with that rope and try to hold on to his leg? Like, I'm not fully restraining him down or tackling him. I just want to maintain contact with him.
Yes, but I will require a roll in the future to maintain that if he moves.
Okay.
Viren. How you doing?
Could be better, could be worse.
That's the spirit.
I didn't see a token near me. Is one still within?
Yeah, it's right there.
I can't see him, even though he should be right next to me.
He blends in with the tree. He's there though. You zoom in.
Oh yeah, I do see him. Oh hey, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Okay. I am going to cast mirror image. So that
You can roll
it's good.
insight for me before you do that.
Sure.
Out of the generosity of my own heart. Oh, it wasn't good.
Yeah, it was a 12.
I mean,
It's
it
12.
saw straight through your invisibility, so.
I mean, does that?
It
I mean,
implies.
There's probably a massive gap in the fog that it can see.
Well, I mean, even if there's a gap in the fog,
Not
you know,
even
like,
that. If it can see through invisibility, it can probably see through other illusions.
Okay. Lovely. Then I'm gonna use Dr. Ink. Bring out Dr. Ink. And I'm gonna smack him.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the old shusher. $23 to hit. I'm not looking at the camera, so I'm assuming that hits, right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
does hit.
Okay. And rolling for damage. That's 10 damage from my shusher. And then, instead of trying to fight this thing, I'm gonna blink.
Okay.
blink. It's like, okay, you can see me. Well, how about I just go into an alternate area? Did it roll? No? Will it roll? Is it rolling?
I don't see it.
It's being weird. Okay. Well, that's nat 20, so
Okay.
I
Nice.
blink away.
Excellent work. Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-bow.
Tempest is here. People are hurt, I think. But I don't think they're that hurt yet.
I'm a little.
I'm
hurt.
like 25% hurt.
I'm 1 HP hurt.
I'll throw it down a second level of this.
Like 30% hurt.
That was very bad, which is appropriate. Now you only get 9 HP back from that healing. And he will give Bardic. Bardic Inspiration is a D10 now. My mistake.
Who gets the healing back? Everybody within him. Was he healing somebody specific or all of us? Or?
All of you.
Okay.
And let's see. The inspiration's a D10 now, and we'll give the other one to Magnus. Okay. Brings us back around to Troy.
Okay. So sorry, I stepped out for just a second. It looks like I've got one that's basically right next to me. Right?
Whoa, we hear.
All right, we're good.
Actually, since it's the start of the round, can everyone roll perception for me?
Mhm.
Including me?
Yeah.
I suppose I can see my spot, so I guess that counts for something.
Poofers and Troy so far. Definitely Magnus.
Yeah.
And everyone
Ooh.
except Eravir. You
A
hear,
little
Dang.
busy concentrating on my wall of fire.
yeah. You hear significantly more footsteps and movement approaching from the exterior areas.
Do they sound like hook steps?
They do sound like hoof steps. And Poofers, with that insight roll, this is beginning to seem like an overwhelming ambush.
Guys, we might want to retreat. I don't know if we can handle all of these. Unless they're lying about their numbers.
Well, even if they're not, we're still damaged up against at least a minimum of like a small collection of them. So
Let's try and get one into the cellar.
Well, I'm yelling at you guys, holding on, saying, "Do something!"
Alright, yeah, Troy, it's your turn.
why is Magnus? Yeah, sorry, I might have missed it. Why is he?
So I'm laying down, holding onto the rope and holding onto the foot of a creature, but you don't see me. You just hear me yelling.
Do the creatures, so I can see two creatures. Do they look bloodied in the exact same way?
No, they look like they've
Okay.
received the damage that you've individually dealt them.
Okay.
Okay, are we continuing to fight, guys? Or are we working on
I-
retreating here?
I think we should grab one and get back.
Well, Magnus has one, so
Kind
Well,
of.
then we pull Magnus
do we know?
and get back.
Okay, DM, do we know if that house is right behind? Like, we're pretty
you
aware
know,
of where
you
the.
know where the door is. I assume you would have left the door open or something.
Yeah.
Pull or something.
Okay, so I'm gonna use all of my action to pull the rope in to bring Magnus and whatever the hell he's holding back in towards us and yell to everybody that we should start tactically retreating.
I'm not able to aid him in this because it's not my turn. Right?
And I don't have him restrained. I just have a hand on him. So pulling is like the DM said is going to be a roll off. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Is everyone okay with being pulled in right now?
I am.
Yeah.
If I saw somebody get pulled, I'd probably keep going with it.
I'll let you roll with advantage because Poofers is going to help you, I would assume. So it's going to be another.
We
Are
are
we
all
good
tied to
with
the rope.
we're all good with retreating into the house, right? Or do we want to keep fighting this out?
I
You
mean,
guys
I
let me
hope
know,
Barry
'cause-
can get back in.
retreat.
You're doing it.
Retreat.
You're doing it.
Yeah, well, I know I want everybody to be on board. If I'm just gonna, I mean, I could yell that real quick. Hey guys, retreat or no? So
Let's
'cause I know
go.
they're gonna. Okay, what do you want me to roll, DM?
This is Magnus rolling to hold on to this creature. You can just move.
Oh, okay.
You guys will take attacks of opportunity if you don't use your action to disengage them.
Do you want me to roll a strength save or just a
A
strength?
strength check,
Okay.
but with advantage.
Okay.
Very
Ooh.
nice.
Phew.
Okay, and the rest of you are disengaging and pulling back.
Yes.
Disengage.
Yeah.
Yell out to Barry, get in the house. I know where you are.
Eravir, are you going to drop your wall of flame?
So that we can get. I'm good. So we can get into the
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, so that's gonna
have?
draw.
I'm sorry. Do I have any action left?
Yes, you do have an action
do we
left.
do we know where Barry is ish? We
No.
have no idea where he is.
Mm-mm.
You just ran into the fog.
Yeah.
He literally went invisible and then into the fog.
Does he know? Can he tell where he's going?
He's not in this plane of existence right now.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. We're gonna go with it.
Okay, pull it back.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no interior map for the house, so you guys are not on the roof. You're just inside. Actually, Magnus, you also managed to pull one with you as it is screaming and branding at you, and it will have an action still.
That's fine. I'll take whatever hit.
Are you guys going all the way to the cellar, or are you going?
Hell yeah.
I think the plan is to, because there's like windows and stuff, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was
I
our
think the
where
plan
we're
is to
retreating.
get ourselves into the cellar.
Okay. So you go into the cellar.
But we close the door behind us.
Okay. Poofers and Eravir, you technically have an action. Do you want to do anything?
I'd like to ready my action to re-grapple this thing if it tries to, if it like gets.
Yeah, I think between 4 of you, you can manage to rope it up a little bit. It's still fighting
Okay.
wildly. Like, it'll still get a slash out, but it's,
Can we
like,
try to
it
knock
won't-
it out?
you can keep attacking it and see if you
I
can
guess.
get it to
I guess
Beat
so.
the shit out of it on the
Yeah,
ground.
I'll
need to
attack it.
shush her.
I don't want to kill it, so like I'll attack it until it looks like it's about to die. I guess.
Hit the
Okay.
head, hit its head and knock it out.
Well, we could use
Can
the
you-
rope, guys.
Can you
we
roll
don't need
2
to-
attacks on it? I
rope
want to see if
anymore.
you can get it in 1 turn or if it gets an attack still.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I need you to make the attack still, because if you don't knock it out this turn, it's still going to try and fight you.
Okay, that's a 7. The 12 definitely doesn't hit, but the 17 is for 24 damage.
Okay, that is literally just enough. So there you go. Yeah, you knock this thing out and are dragging its bloody corpse down into the very, very dark cellar from this dark room. The other creatures are still outside, and you hear them. You guys have made it down to the cellar, but you hear them pounding at the door and the windows. You hear some glass shatter. The door is broken through, and eventually you hear some scratching above you. As they're like
It's terrifying.
pacing through the floors above you. You also hear outside Biren calling for desperate help, saying I'm bleeding out.
It's
Do I get to use
it's
my
not Barry.
my action? Was
Yeah,
I-
you can have an action.
Okay, I will like to telepathic message Barry.
Who's
And-
not on this plane of existence.
Oh,
you
so I
can't.
can't.
I
Message
think
him when it's not
I think they
playing.
can still communicate with me actually.
Not with message. It
Okay.
specifically says plane of existence, I believe.
Let's see.
Cast a spell through solid objects. The range is 120 feet. I think as a different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You are not reachable.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what you get, Avery? You get an answering machine. Biren is currently not
Then
on this
I
plane
would
of
like to
existence.
ready
Please leave
the
a message.
action of a message to Barry once he snaps back into the plane of existence.
Would you be able to tell?
Yeah, you really
If I-
can't tell.
Okay. That's
Okay.
like a shot.
No, it is.
no,
You're
it's-
right.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Magnus, do you have something you want to do? This creature's knocked out, or do we want to skip to Biren?
I would want to just make sure this thing is super tied up. Like,
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Avery
and
still has an
actually-
action, by the way.
actually, and I, in my equipment list, I actually have handcuffs. and I'm literally gonna
Yes.
handcuff
I
this
don't-
thing.
I think its wrists are too big for human handcuffs.
Can I handcuff its ankles?
I don't think so. You can
Rope
handcuff-
everything.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm just gonna
Let's
like
just use the
we're
rope
hot-
that I mean, we can drop
Yeah.
the rope, right? We're all in this cellar
Yeah.
thing now.
yeah, we're roping the crap out of this thing.
Yeah,
so it's not
we're
going
hung-
anywhere.
hanging over
Like
the rope.
super duper hot guy.
Irving, did you have an action you wanted to do?
Yeah, I want to ready a action, which would be Prayer of Healing. Once Barry is with us, that I would heal everybody.
Okay. Then Viren, it's your turn. Let's see what you can do.
Except the bad guy, right?
Yeah, obviously not the bad dudes. Let's be clear. Never the bad
Everybody.
guys.
Okay, so I come back to the plane, and I obviously don't want to be right next to this, whatever the hell is. Ah. And I end up next to another one. Great. Okay. And I'm gonna shift around. Or oh well, there's the house. Then I'll go here. Stop looking at me. What was that? Like 20 feet?
5, 10, 15. Yeah.
15.
You can use your action to disengage and go in. There is technically one in there right now. I just didn't put him on there so that.
Is he there, by the way? Like
He's-
in front of me?
The other
Is-
one is like. I can't really. It's
Because
so
I have
dark
shot
in
glasses
here.
up still.
Yeah.
I rolled for my shot glasses.
Oh. Okay.
Like to make sure I had concentration.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't. It's not going to be enough to kill this one.
No, I know. That's fine. Is there one in front of me though? So I have two on top of me.
There's one like right here. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say if you take the disengage action and sprint towards the trapdoor, you can get in without getting hit. Assuming the other
That
players.
is what you should do, but
All right, fine.
If Poofers opens the door at the beginning. Let me in.
I'll disengage and I'll get in there.
you're
Yeah,
gonna have to. You probably have to say something that only you would know.
Poofers, let me in. I have that rat squeaky toy.
I don't want that.
Just leave him
It's like,
outside.
well, now I'm not gonna let you in.
Just leave him out there.
I would have.
I'll open the door at that.
Okay.
And then
here-
as I come in, I will destroy the rat squeaky toy.
Thank you.
All right. You close that door and slap it shut before this other creature is able to pounce and tear you apart. Now you guys are in this completely dark basement. With an unconscious creature. Heretofore known
Minor
as-
illusion, some light. Is that there's no fog down here, right?
Yeah. You minor illusion some light. And who's injured right now?
I mean, I think we're all
Everyone.
injured.
I am.
Everyone.
Trigger
I think we
off
are.
my Prayer of Healing since he came in,
Okay.
and I was
Yeah.
able to see him.
The moment the light is cast and you can see around you, not only is the creature in front of you bleeding, all of your blood that your clothes and weapons are stained with, the blood pouring out of your damaged bodies, is all tainted a dark black.
Does
Mhm.
anybody has blood black before? Anyone?
Can someone roll history?
Yeah,
Because this was an important plot note.
I will do that.
This
And
was
it-
somewhere. I forget
Just
though.
so you know, I have in my notes. They should see the black blood and realize something, and if they don't, I'll be very disappointed.
I'm so. We haven't played in a month.
Let me look at my
Are we
notes.
all rolling
So
history
yeah,
or just
like
Yeah,
this is probably
everyone.
confusing. Just start rolling them. Start rolling them.
everybody
Yeah.
roll history.
The love of God.
Said,
16.
beware of
14,
Oh, thank God.
blood-tainted black.
18.
18.
Beware of here. Thank you.
18.
Beware
what
of
you said again.
blood-tainted black was from Harvey in the letter.
What does it say?
Beware of blood-tainted black.
Oh. That's
So-
information we could have used earlier.
It was information that has been reiterated 3 times.
Anyway,
Anyway,
last time we talked about Harvey in real life.
actually, the entire thing where Tempest went on like, this is all, that whole thing, that was the last note. So beware of
Okay,
black.
so we look over at Tempest, like, Phyllis, say something.
He can't talk to us. I point to the book.
He's completely expressionless and doesn't even seem to respond. However, oh gosh, I'm so excited. Let me get to the right spot in my notes.
Do we get the healing from when I rolled for healing?
Yeah, your healing goes off.
Everyone gets 21.
I'm full.
Oof. Oof.
All of the sounds
Nice.
above you stop immediately, right when you guys look at Tempest. And he's kind of like unresponsive right now. All the sounds, all the scratching, all of the glass breaking, the roaring, the like cackling laughter, all just falls dead silent. We're gonna go on a bit of a cutscene here. So you guys peek out from the trap door and look outside the window, where you can see the sky has gone completely black. You emerge from this, or rather, you're still down in the basement. You look back towards this Wendigo and see it has been completely petrified to turn to stone. You decide to emerge from the trapdoor and wander in towards town, where all of the townsfolk have wandered out into the street. Fog is completely gone, by the way. Just
It's still
immediately-
nighttime with a black sky. No stars.
Yes, black night sky, no stars. All of the fog is gone, and everyone is looking out with confusion and fear.
Are there monster statues? Like, are there other monsters we can see that are frozen?
Yes, you pass tens of them that have all just been frozen from this mist that is left. Tempest is following you completely silent still. And as you kind of enter the town square and rendezvous with most of the townsfolk coming out to see what's going on, this silence becomes all-encompassing. And then the ground starts to shake as a screeching cackle emanates from all around you, a bone-chilling laughter, and the sky splits open and you see a white smile that should remind Troy of something.
Mhm.
This ground is shaking rather violently at this point. And you see spikes start to thrust up from the ground. Black spikes of just pure void. The townsfolk are screaming, and one by one, they're caught up in these spikes that are shooting up from the ground and impaling them, really. I need you all to make a dex save, please.
This is
Well.
Ackley's.
This is a scene threat, right?
Yeah. Kind of.
We'll have to help.
Who had a really low roll?
Me.
Can I give her Blessing of the Trickster? So, well, it's Dex, but it's Stealth, so never mind.
Poofers is very low. You get advantage, don't you, Poofers?
I did. I rolled a 6. I rolled a 9 and then a 6.
Alright, Poofers and Biren both rolled too low. You still have Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I do. I used mine.
Oh, did you?
Can I give her my favored by the gods?
I think that says self only, doesn't
Okay.
it? Yeah. Alright, Biren and Poofers will take 37 piercing damage. The rest
I
of...
throw up. I see Baron get impaled, and I throw up an ice shield in front of him.
Okay, it mildly slows the blow, so he doesn't get hurt quite as bad. The rest of you are able to dodge out of the way and not receive a full cut, but you're still going to suffer 18 piercing damage.
I successfully did it, so I get none.
Yeah, that's fine, you're a rogue. From there, as everyone is...
Even if you.
By the way,
succeeded.
Biren's down.
Okay, Baron's down. Sorry, Barry. Did you
Damn it.
subtract the 9 from your damage? Just like bring you back up.
It is not.
You guys are all watching the townsfolk basically just be obliterated by these spikes shooting up from the ground as the ground around you starts to actually break away and crumble away into a black void all around. And you guys all turn around and look at Tempest, who is still just standing there. And the ground beneath him starts to shake as another spike draws up and pierces him straight through the chest. And he lets out like this guttural scream of agony before he looks at you, and his face also sort of just turns to blankness, and a white crack appears across it and smiles also before he crumbles away into ash.
This is why you wanted him as our follower.
Yes.
Ugh.
So, on top of that, let's see, this entire area is crumbling away. The floor is falling out beneath you, and in fact it does. You guys all begin to fall down. Baron is unconscious, falling. That's fun. Yeah, he's just kind of flailing, and you crash into a different platform, which I will send you the image of. I couldn't find a great image of it, so it's more of like a likeness. But you crash into the ground, and when you open your eyes, you close up from the impact, you open your eyes again, the sky has been turned this eerie purple, and the platform that you're standing on floating in this void is rocky, filled with these black spikes. It's in our context channel at Discord. That's the sort of platform and area you find yourself on. The ground beneath you is this dark stone filled with jutting rocks, and that grim purple sky looms overhead as a cold rain falls all around you. And the edges of this arena stare into an abyss of sky. Interestingly, standing on the other edge of this platform, facing away from you, is a figure dressed in white scholarly robes with dark brown hair.
Does anybody recognize this person?
Can you say his description one more time?
Yeah, that's
Sorry. Go ahead, Troy.
that sounds like my father. The scholarly robes. DM, help me out. I would recognize this as my father, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Father? I call out.
It kind of jerkily turns around. It's not a smooth transition. It looks like it is struggling to keep structure. And as it turns to face you, you see that the face is just not there. It's just an empty canvas of a face. But you hear echoing across the arena, sorry, trapped. My fault. So sorry. And it begins to back off towards the edge and falls off the platform. And as it does so, words tear across the minds of all of you, and an echoing cackle reverberates through the sky as you all hear, "Now you will suffer as I did."
Okay. So we are trapped in a place of his creation, guys. Did I happen to see if he was wearing a silver circlet before he fell?
He was.
He was? Okay. And my father's gone, he fell? No more?
It wasn't really
Okay.
your father, it was more like...
Well, okay.
Dad?
Yeah.
That's where you've been all
You were
these years?
supposed to come back after cigarettes.
We're supposed to play paintball, Papa.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to figure our way out of this one, guys. We are trapped in
This is a dream
dimensional
world?
dream world. It's a dream world, and he's created it. This is exactly what my father did to him for many, many years.
Where did Tempe go? Is he just air now? What happened to him?
I don't know where Tempe went.
You speak that out loud, and an image fills all of your heads, just for a split second. It's kind of painful as this image flies into your head. You have a vision of Tempest, pallid and dull, head hanging low, with his hair kind of loosely, lifelessly hanging downward over his face, arms dangling, as he's suspended by a hook through his shoulder, the wound from which is pouring out with black blood. But he is somewhere.
We have to find him. He's sad.
He's also dying, so there's that.
Oh yeah, I'd be pretty sad if I was dying.
And that's where we're gonna leave off for today. You guys can talk for a little
Oh.
bit if you want to, but that's our stopping point.
We're just on a what's around the platform?
So it is. I meant to switch it to this music, but it is a purple void of a sky with rain pouring down endlessly, and you approach the edge where Troy's father had yeeted himself off, and little stairs begin to form, stairs of rock begin to just lift and form, leading downward into this void.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll figure
Wow.
this out next time.
Holy cow.
Man, that was stressful. We were having a hard time with some. Are those Wendigos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wendigo.
Wendigo. Flamingo. And then it got way worse. So, yeah. We'll be back next Sunday.
Vacation.
We're going on vacation.
Vacation.
And then we'll be back after that. And we'll find out if Troy's paternal situation gets figured out, and or if we just died. So tune in at that point. Thanks for everyone that followed. Thanks to the people that subscribed. Jesus fan, thank you. Thanks for following Amelius Duncan and Ostentatious. All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 Sundays from now. See you later.